Let's go! Yo! This is a message to all believers. We're not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Yo! Listen! Living in a time where evil's staring in your face. Yeah. Problem situations, tragedies are commonplace. Persecution running rampant, it makes you wanna lose your faith, yeah. But please don't be discouraged, just remember he's the way. Yeah. Let your light shine. So they see the light gave us some, so the world gets in him who should believe. Everybody shout! Even from the mountain, even in the valley low. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Can't keep it a secret. God, that's the whole no. Listen. I get so excited at the mention of his name. Yeah. There's no way that I can hide it. It's written all over my face. So tell me who else would love me after all the wrong I've done. So don't expect me to keep quiet. I'm about to lose control. Yeah.
Now if you got a little rhythm, move left to right. A new experience, baby, gon' hit those strides. Who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? And when the grooves get good, gon' right to left. Shut up, y'all. stretch and walk it out like you know your plans you have for me. There's no evil, it's all good things. Lord, I love you, so I will trust you. Here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking. When my eyes can't get it right, they gon' be my guide. Through the trouble. When I don't understand, I will surrender to your plan for me. Don't clap your hands, everybody. I say feet don't fail me now. Yo, Jason, ready? Somehow
Your plans you have for me. There's no evil, it's all good things. Lord, I love you, I will trust you. So here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking. And even through the trouble, I don't understand. I'll relinquish all my plans.
Good Lord, open up doors. Took me down a path I ain't never been before. Looking at the road, I don't see a lot of space. Guess I gotta drop my load, cause you're picking up the pace. Don't leave me to die, be by my side. I get a little anxious, please be my guide. I got my feet shot, I've been prepping for the moment I would get the green light. So if you see me, I'm rolling like feet. Don't fail me now.
Trying to tell you like I am. By faith. Oh Lord, I'm walking. Anybody else going? Yeah, I say I am. I'm walking. When my eyes can't get it right, will be my guide.
I'll follow.
When I don't understand,
I'll surrender to your plan. For me. Please don't fail me now. I'm walking.
Trying to tell you like I'm walking. Anybody else going? Yeah, I say I am. Can I get a witness?
I'm walking wherever you may lead. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Ooh, yeah.
Walking by faith. Sing. Get grandmama now. Go ahead, get Papa.
Hey, yo. What's up, y'all? Good morning. Happy morning to y'all. It is FriYAY, as we dub it over here. FriYAY, because yay for the weekend. My God, like, it's been like, it's been like me. If you've been like me, it's been a long week. It's been a lot going on, a lot of stuff happening. But we made it to FriYAY. We made it, so yay for us. We made it. Good morning to all you Locke stars out there, man. I thank y'all so much for tuning in on FriYAY, April 11th in the year of our Lord 2025. Man, we got a good show for you today, man. This is going to be a really good one. I told you, you're locked in with Zeke Live in the morning, and it's a great way to start your day. We have a good one today. We have Rhonda on the Rocks. Y'all remember the crab motion? I learned it. We're gonna clap the tea. No, it's not clap the tea. What is that? It's clock the tea. We're gonna clock the tea with Rhonda on the Rocks. I'm learning. I got nobody around me clocking tea, so I don't know what that means. I just know it's a crab motion. So anyways, we're going to clock some tea with Rhonda on the Rocks, the certified yapper. Of course, our man's Eric Rideout is here. And so we're going to get him to the stage momentarily. We also have, as you can see right there, there it is right there. Yep. Yeah, and then we have, who else? We got my man, Will C, coming on the show today. Will C, you've seen him in the comments. You've seen him talking about different stuff and getting involved in the conversation. Well, that's one of my best friends, y'all. And he's a major force over on the west side of Chicago. And so he's going to come on the show to talk about a little bit of what he does and give y'all a little bit of our background together, me, him, and Rich. So, Rich Pastar, he's going to be on the show today. And me, him, and Will going to get a chance to show y'all how we get down. So, yeah. But like I said, one of my best friends, we're going to have a really, really good time. All right, y'all. Let's see. Let's do some shout outs here. I'm trying to read these comments here. They said the music was too loud. All right, there we go. You know what I think it is? Yeah, E, you know what I think happens? I think the stuff that goes on in here is like super loud in our ear. It's weird. Like, yeah. Like, because I always go back to the playback and I'll be like, how come I can hear this thing so loud in my ear? Or like, I couldn't hear it at all, but it's playing on this. I don't know. StreamYard be StreamYarding. And so shout out to StreamYard. We love y'all. Anyways, let's do some shout outs here. Let's get back to that screen. There we are. First shout out of the day. The first comment of the day goes to our girl, Brony Cat. What's up, Brony Cat 1? It's a Bronya. What's up? We always glad to see you here. We got first comment of the day, so we're going to give her a good comment there. Check this out. I told y'all I'm experimenting with Twitch. Now, I've not really given it any research. I've not logged in. I've not done none of that. All I know is I just started streaming on there. I made an account, started streaming. So if you're on Twitch, yeah, well, at some point we'll maybe turn that into a thing. So for starters, you just go to Zeke Locke. So there we go, right there. Boom, boom, boom. And when you see that comment come in talking about Mornin to the Saints, the Aints, and everyone in between, I don't know where you fall on the spectrum, but yeah, welcome to the show. All right, let me see here. Let's find this other one I'm looking for. Mama JP Rideout. Y'all know we got to always give her love. Now, for 2 days in a row, I did not put her comment on the screen. Of course, on the other day, we just got lost in the conversation, and then we got off, and I forgot, and I didn't see it till after the fact. And then yesterday, of course, I was on the road. So today, we got to look. We can't close the week out until we know that Eric's mama said that the show was good. So we're going to look for her comment at the end of the show. Y'all remind me so I don't forget. That's how we know. Y'all give our hearts and love and everything. Y'all know that's Eric's mama. And like I said, Eric is, let's see here. Yeah, Eric is backstage. So he's going to be here in a moment here. Brody Cat is riding. Now y'all see I got my turban on today. Listen, I just rolled out of bed. I was asleep. I had a long day yesterday. I've been asleep. So I got my kimono on. I got my turban on. Okay, let me tell you why I got the turban on. I gotta wear the turban because I always put on those knit caps. Like when I don't feel like doing my hair, I'm always put on a knit cap. That stuff pulls your hair out, and I'm seeing like the results of it. So now I'm trying to, anyways, I did a style yesterday with like the sponge, that sponge, and it hurts so bad. My arm, like it hurts your arm so bad. It takes so long to do it to get the style going on. And so, you put those knit caps on and it just tears it up, just messes it up. So, yeah, put the silk turban on. Yeah, our grandmama and them had something to it, and I just didn't feel like wearing a sweatshirt either. So I got on my. So I feel like I look like, one of Jesus' disciples. So there we go. They said, be like Jesus. I decided I want to be like him. Hallelujah. Let's see here. Like I said, thank you for joining in, for locking in with Zeke Live in the morning. It's a great way to start your day. We are going to do something amazing today. Like I said, we got my man Eric Rideout. He's going to be on the stage in one moment here. We've got who else? We'll see. You definitely want to be in for that conversation. Listen, if you've got any youth that you've ever been working with, maybe you got you work with the youth at your church, or you're always talking to the youth on your block, or nieces and nephews even, or whatever. Will Chatman, he's always on here. Y'all see him, Mr. Willie C. He's always on here with us. He's going to come on today and talk a little bit about what he does out on the west side of Chicago and what it's like to be a black male educator in the inner city of Chicago, out on the west side. There are people who who talk about what can be done to make stuff better. There's people who talk about what can be done, and then there are people who stay there and do something. A lot of us, we can't wait to move out of our neighborhood. We try to make it so we can move out. If you come from the hood, if you come from the inner city or whatever, you try to, you try to make it so you can move out. But some people some people get the education and other stuff, and then they stay in their neighborhood and try to elevate the next generation. And so, kudos to Will C for that. That's why he still continued to be one of my bestest friends in the world, because he really believes in what he does. And so we're going to have a conversation about that today, and maybe you can get some some ideas of how to work with youth that maybe you're working with, So you definitely want to lock in for that conversation on today. And then we are going to clap the tea with our girl Rhonda on the right. Wait, I keep saying clap the tea. This looks like a clap. What is this? Clock. We're going why do y'all do this? Why didn't they say clock the tea? I don't know. I'm thinking too much. They told me don't think too hard about it, but I don't understand it. So anyways, we're going to clock the tea with a certified yapper on today, Miss Rhonda on the Rocks. And man, we got a good one with it. So please make sure y'all stay locked in. But before we do anything else, I have to give a shout out to our monthly sponsor, LAH Entertainment and Arts. They covered the cost for us to be able to go live every morning throughout the month of April. So they covered the cost of that. Listen, we put the call out there, said we needed some sponsors, and some people answered. And so we thank LAH Entertainment and Arts for that. They got stuff that's going on. They got a Christmas movie coming out, matter of fact, this year. So be looking out for that. And we'll get Dr. Holmes on here this month to kind of talk about her company. And if you definitely connected and plugged in with them, definitely want to get locked in with them if you're into the arts, if you're into acting, if you're into all that kind of stuff. But for today, we want to thank them for sponsoring the show. Some people, people don't have to be nice. Real talk. People don't have to be nice. People they can look at you doing something and just decide not to support, not to want to get involved. But I thank God for people who are nice. I thank God for people who see you doing something and they want to, they want to support it. They want to encourage you in it. I thank God for people like that. And I hope you got people like that in your life. Honest to God, I hope you got people like that in your life. People who will encourage, people who will support, people who will go beyond measure to help you out, to see through the thing that you say you want to do. Your friends, the ones who I hope you got people like that, because teamwork do make the dream work. And honestly, I think so many people have been burned by so many folks, but let's focus Let's focus on the ones who didn't burn us. Real talk. I put a lot of energy. Okay, here's vulnerable Zeke moment. Let me get my cup. This is my wife's cup. Confidence in one hand. No, coffee in one hand, confidence in the other. So that's what I'm sipping in today when we clock the tea with Rhonda on the Rocks. But in a vulnerable moment, I spent a lot of time worried about what other people thought, or how other people may have burned me, the ones who maybe I didn't get along with or disagreed with over something. You keep replaying that nonsense in your head. You know what ends up happening? Nothing. That's what ends up happening. Literally nothing. Like you just get stuck in a loop of the past of something that don't even matter, trying to prove yourself. And so, I got stuck in that for a long time myself. And I know I ain't the only one. Honest to God, I know I ain't the only one. So I guess what I'm saying is, don't get stuck on that no more. Let's just rethink. Let's repent, right? That's what repentance actually is. It's not, I'm sorry, God, because I messed up and I don't beat me up, please. Like, that's not repentance. Repentance is a change of thinking, a change of mind, a change. It's a new way of thought. You change the way you look at things, and that's how the things you look at change. And so let's repent from thinking about all the negative people who burned us and all the ones who messed over us. And let's start thinking about the ones who've been good to us, the ones who support us, the ones who actually are there, the ones who actually will show up for you, the ones who actually will, love you in the midst of. Start thinking about those people, pouring into those people, feeding and building up on those relationships, because at the end of the day, we all we got. So, real talk. All right, y'all, let's dive into just a couple more comments, and then we're gonna get our man Eric Rideout on the stage. See, look here, certified yapper Rhonda on the Rocks. Y'all make sure y'all go lock in with that with that podcast. Yes, we have the turban look today. Now I done explained my turban, y'all. I done told y'all I'm protecting my hair. Protecting my hair, but I didn't feel like doing my hair either before getting on here with y'all. And I didn't want to wear a knit cap. So we're going to look like Jesus on today. Either Jesus or our grandmothers, because our grandmothers used to wear these as well. We'd be on the church Zoom, and the church mothers be having their turbans on. I'll be like, yes, God. All right. Vicky, what's up? Vicky was with us yesterday. Victoria, we were down in Springfield advocating, and man, that was a good day. It was a long day, but it was a good day. And we got to hang out a bit. We got some pictures together and all of that. So shout out. Thank you. She said she always be watching our show every morning. And so you did my heart good. And it's always good to see you. Live Free family is always it's always a good time with the Live Free family. You want to definitely get involved with them, because it's definitely good. And look at this. Soul Child Fulfilled. Come on, Soul Child Fulfilled. Yes. Come on, names. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. And yes, thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's I'm sorry, we don't say Friday. We say FriYAY. Yay, we made it to Friday. All right, so anyways, y'all, let's do this. Let's take a quick music break. Speaking of supporting people, I want to keep supporting this young lady right here, because I really do think her music is dope, which is why I don't mind doing stuff with her. Her name is Jamaica Lachey, and we're actually going to have her back on the show. She was a guest, I want to say the third guest we had, maybe the second guest we had. She was like the very beginning, baby stage of the show. She was on. Anyways, we play our song all the time. She got 2 songs we play. I Don't Want It. Actually 3 songs. I Don't Want It, Say Less, and then when you hear Rhonda on the Rocks come on Tuesdays and Fridays, Jamaica is the one who's the writer of that theme song. She's the artist on that theme song. So listen, she's a dear heart of mine. She's a sister of mine. I want to make sure y'all know her music and stuff like that. Y'all go out and support her stuff. Let's play one of her songs right now, though. Let's play Say Less. I like that song, and that's why we keep playing it. And while I'm loading that up, don't forget that in the intro of the show, before the show even comes on, we get on around about 7:25, and we play a couple songs I've been playing every morning with that. I've been playing my own song, of course. I'm walking. And sometimes I'll interchange that with something else. But the first song I've been playing every morning has been Sounds of Kingdom, Not Ashamed. And so, yeah. You want to listen to that as well and go get that project. I'm telling you, all of this stuff that we're playing are people that we know, people that we love, people that we trust. They're people that lock in with us, but they're people who are talented. So let's support them. Let's create like a little network over here. Anyways, let's do this. Jamaica Lachey, Say Less. Okay, I did all that talking. I started looking at the camera, and I didn't load up the song. Fail. All right. All right, here we go. Jamaica Lachey, Say Less. And please, you can get that at all of the places. All right, here we go. Say Less.
need you to say less. Pray more. I'ma need you to say less. Pray more. I'ma need you to say less. Pray more. I'ma need you to say less. Pray more. And that's a word to the promise. And that's a word to the promise. And that's a word to the stuck in the lines that tell when you cry, complaining and waving all low his eyes. Silver and gold have I not, but I serve you this knowledge is straight out the pot. Yeah, you should be thankful for what he's done. Praising his name, you already won. Second to no man, get with the program. God is the source for your overcome. Yeah, my Lord is the source for your overcome. Yeah, with Christ the source shall overcome. Yeah, the battle's already won. My Lord is your overcome. I'ma need you to work. Rejection, it was flexing, but I had to keep on stepping. Stop the talking, start the walking. Who knew silence was a weapon? Still holding on, but I'm praying more. God is no fable, he raised the score. Certain smaller lessons learned. Source is the way I further this journey. Please give me your attention, they just listen, he's the truth. The only one who knows and recognize the real you. So if you feel me, if you with me, if this resonate with you, stop the playing, no more gaming, have some work. And that's some work to the promise. Say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'ma need you to say less. Pray more. I'ma need you to say less. Pray more. Say oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Say oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And if you feel me, if you're with me, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. One more time, if you feel me, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'ma need you to say less. Pray more. I'ma need you to say less. Pray more. To the promise.
All right. I guess the next thing ain't gonna play. All right. Just decided not to play. We are having StreamYard issues over here. So just so y'all know, it's like loud in our ear, and we're trying to figure out how to like bring it down. But we're going back looking at the playback, and it's like the right volume for y'all. So y'all not experiencing what we experiencing. Nonetheless, that's why I'm like, what is happening? Anyways, that was Jamaica Lachey, Say Less. I love that song. Add some work to the promise. I love that song. I hope that song's minister to you. I mean, I really want them to minister to you. Like, I don't want it to just be a song. I want it to be like, you know, something you can take with you, you know. So support that. Go get that project. Go get that. Anyways, let's do this. Let's get our man's Mr. Eric Rideout to the stage right quick.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
I wrap my hair like Zeke this morning.
I can't say
I just got out the tub, shower, and I'm like, let me wrap my hair up real quick. Good morning, everybody. All is well. I'm like a sick patient.
Dude, you know what? It is like mad loud in our ears. Yeah.
But you know what? I get what you're saying, though. It could just be. When I check the settings, all my stuff is down, so it is what it is. I just turned it down on the phone.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. So I don't know how to do it in the actual, like, there's no way to actually turn down the headphones. Like, I'm like the StreamYard. Like, and it won't let me do it on my computer. Oh, actually, you know what? Now my computer is letting me do it. Now, earlier, it gave me the little thing. So I'll turn it down on my computer. But yeah, dude, it was like so loud in my ears as well. And I'm just like, I'm sitting here like, okay, it can't be that loud on the thing because I go back to the playback and it's like, okay, that was perfect volume. So it's doing like an auto like compression thing, which is cool. I like that. But in my head, it was just So I hate that. But there you go. Yeah. So at any rate, how you doing, bro?
Man, you know what? I know a lot of people decided on Friday, the weekend. I thought about something because of what we do, the industry we in. Weekends don't mean nothing.
Weekends is work time.
That's work time.
Yeah.
You don't get any time off. But good morning, everybody. Again, thank you guys for joining us. You don't have to get up every morning. You don't have to do this. But you do it because you believe in what we're doing and you see what we're doing. You see the heart behind what we're doing. So thank you guys again. I get all these inbox messages, and that's cool. But can you all start putting hearts on our stuff? Inbox messages are great, as far as encouragers. And you guys start putting hearts and share. Everybody that's watching it, just one person share. Mike Yerberton. Yerberton. I always mess your name up, Mike. Zeke, Mike is from Carolina. So he's the one that gives Fred vocal support when we're on the road. He's an artist too. So Mike, you gotta send us your music.
Yeah, send some music. We support over here. We try to play people's stuff. We try to.
And Mike is that dude out there in that area. So
shout out, Mr. Mike Yelverton, Reverend Dr. Director in the Lord's Church.
Man, I'll be butchering his name. But also, man,
you said it right. There you go. He said you said it right. Mike Yelverton. There we go. Hey, here's another one right here. Dr. Robert H. Marshall Jr. Y'all remember he was on with us. Y'all know he is Pastor Marshall, yeah. Y'all know he was on with us. And then also he was with me yesterday. We were together yesterday. Man, I did get a chance to see that footage. I'm about to buy me some of those.
Which one?
Oh, those Ray-Bans.
Oh, the
Ray-Ban with the cameras.
I'm gonna
go ahead and get those. Oh my goodness.
I am gonna get some. I saw one of my people, Aisha, who works with us on Team Hammond. She is so dope with her because like what we're doing now, she be sitting there talking to me, or when she's at the events or whatever recording, she's just walking around with her glasses, whatever she's seeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a dope perspective, of it.
Man.
They were like the ones I looked at, and I put in my order for like 300, I think almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I will be having some too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. That like from a I gotta get some. That's so easy. Like hands free, you just can, and imagine wearing them while you're driving too. Like well, I don't know. Maybe not while you're driving. They'll see that I'm the most unsafe driver. They see me looking at text messages and looking at.
And for those of you that somebody just sent me that message, the music is off. It's coming back.
Oh,
see? So I said, hey, y'all, music off. But no, man. Today for me is real laid back. I'm not doing too much of nothing. When I get over here, probably go visit my mother at her spot. My mother and father visit them and hang out over there. It's a smooth day.
Yeah.
Now this is the thing. Because of my job, and everybody, I'm not complaining. Thank God for a job because I could be sitting here looking at you all every day and signing off your crime, going straight to Indeed.com. So thank God for the job. But I just I've been traveling so much and going to different states. So now I'm waking up at different times, weird times, jumping up automatically at weird times. So I'm trying to get back on the schedule. So I just started getting back on the schedule because I've been home. I was home Wednesday evening today. And then I get a message this morning. Eric, we're going to need you one more time to go out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. I'm like, to different times though. So I'll be doing this while on the road, everybody. But, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I could be unemployed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I might have another sponsor for us.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You said you could have been unemployed. It could have been me. Outdoors.
I'm grateful for for this. Somebody just said something about who it is, Zeke. Said,
what?
Zeke and that Komodo. You already know who that was. Ends with a D and ends with an H. So
Wait, you said it begins with a what?
A D and it ends with an H. First name is D-H.
Oh.
So you already know. Because I always send the thing out, he's like, this guy, this kimono.
Listen, I love my kimonos. Man, listen. We was on the Tom Joyner cruise, and Fred and who else was it?
Dave and Asa.
Fred, Dave, Asaph Ward.
You didn't see Fred's face.
Rodney Perry came over there. Ray was over there. He was over there. Who else?
Cisco was over there. Drew here, all of them was over there.
Was Cisco over there? I thought we had left him from
No,
backstage.
he was sitting there on the stairs hanging with us. This was that when you first came around the corner backstage. Because I didn't see.
Oh, you talking about that? I'm talking about we were sitting at dinner with all of them. Yeah.
When you came around the corner,
backstage we was with Cisco, yeah.
And I'm looking this way and talking to Fred, and then I see his eyes get real big. He's like, what in the world? And Dave said, that's my, he said, only my guy can do that. And I turned around and you was coming down the thing. Great. They were like, it's blowing in the wind. Him and Ace were like, we're gonna get him. So that next day was the breakfast we had.
Well, no, it was at dinner. We went to dinner because I was on my way to the jacuzzi. Like all I was trying to do, I had 3 days on the ship. Y'all already had like a week. I got, they flew me into Jamaica. And so we had to fly exactly. So we came in Jamaica, and we only got like 3 days on the cruise ship. So all I wanted to do was get in a jacuzzi. I had been talking about going to a jacuzzi, but of course we had rehearsals, and then we had the whole mix up with the rooms. Because remember that first night I was in the room with you until I was able to get me.
Pause, everybody, just so you know, it was double beds in the room.
It was a double bedroom.
Way apart. So.
But it was just like, they was like, Eric, would you mind Zeke bunking with you? Yeah, cool. So we ended up like roommating for that first night because remember Stevie Wonder had all of the, he had like a bunch of rooms literally just to store his equipment. Like literally they like rooms that were for like, cast and entertainment. Stevie had them locked up, and I mean the Stevie Wonder. So what you gonna do? Like, what you gonna do? You gonna wait till Stevie get off the boat? That's what you gonna do. Like, so So anyways, we ended up getting that
Wonder story. I'm gonna share when we're done.
Oh snap! Well, so we were at dinner that night. Yeah, well, all of us and Fred was, and Fred and Asaph and all of them were. Only you could get away with a kimono. That's only you could get away wearing that kimono. I told Fred I was gonna send him a kimono.
I told Dave, I said we got one in the mail. So my Stevie Wonder story, man, was they started laughing. Who was with me? I think I was standing there. I think it was I think Ralph Tresvant was standing there too. He was there. We were about to get on the elevator. So Stevie Wonder, when the artists get on the elevator, all of us, they were part of the performers could go there, but all the security would block off people to come. So you had crowds of people on this side, crowds on that side. I'm standing there with Ralph Tresvant and going to my room. We on a separate elevator. Stevie Wonder's on this elevator. And at the top of the elevator, dude pushed the button for the elevator. He walked up first. I said, now wait a minute. It wasn't no feeling around. Dude went right to the button and pushed it. I said, how in the world? And he was like this. When he pushed the button, he was going like this on his phone. So I'm like, can this man really see somewhat? Is he blind?
I don't think he's totally blind. Like there's different. So this is what I found out. There's different types of blindness. I literally just saw this. I wish I would have had this clip because I literally just saw this. There's different types of blindness, and they're not all like the same. You know what I mean? Like so, some people. I think the majority of Americans who are blind have like a very small, like kind of like a. From what I might be butchering this, but it's like a tunnel vision kind of a thing. Like you can like. There's like no depth, and it's real.
His might be like that big. The dude was told somebody, man, that's some nice shoes you got on. And I'm looking at him when I'm like, how in the world?
Yeah. And like, it's not enough. It's not enough that you can really like walk around by yourself. Like you shouldn't be doing that. Like you know what I mean? It's like.
But you hear who's this Stevie Wonder was driving, and he said he took the car, drove the street, and came back and didn't hit nothing. So maybe he got. You know how some people are legally blind, but they still can see somewhat?
Yeah.
And maybe over the years, not knocking, but maybe they played off that to be you know, that guy. Because I saw a dude push that button and scroll on his phone. I'm standing there looking at him, and I said, "How in the world?"
See, but it might be like super duper limited though, like with light and stuff like that. I just saw a thing about this. Like I literally just watched this like maybe 2 or 3 days ago. Like, and that's the only reason I knew that. I just figured if he was blind, you just couldn't see. Like, and that's literally how the video started. It says, what people think blindness is just like, and they show like a black picture or whatever. It's like that's what they think blindness
that's
is.
funny. I'm sorry for laughing. Only reason I laughed, I wasn't laughing at the blind part. I was laughing. I thought about that video I sent you. The guy who how they read blind people read horror stories. Have you seen that?
Yes.
And he rubbed it. That's what I just thought about. No disrespect to anybody blind. We don't get funny.
I've been thinking about that the whole time we've been having this conversation. So.
If you all haven't seen that video, Zeke will have to load up one of these.
It's so disrespectful. I got a funny video with Stevie Wonder actually somewhere in here. I think I'll play it in hot takes. If I can find it, I will play it in hot takes.
And see, that was my thing, man. I mean, some people, like my mother said, yeah, right. Some people are legally blind. Mike laughing. But it tripped me out, man. I looked at the dude and I saw him push the button in the elevator. I was like, wait a minute. And I turned around to see who else saw it. And Ralph Trevor, this to him and his people standing there, he did one of these numbers and like it was normal. I'm looking around saying, who else just saw that? Man. And then when he pulled out his phone, it was like, he made this face was like, I was like, then he got an elevator. I'm like, and then we got our elevator open. Because you remember, like, and there was so many people on both sides with the camera phones out and stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody got that footage.
But you know what though? Like that was the biggest honor. Like that was one of the best. That might be one of the best moments I've had in the music career. Just being on the Tom Jordan cruise. I've always wanted to get on the Tom Jordan cruise. I've always wanted, like, and I didn't this time around. I didn't like pay to get on it. I got paid to go on it to be with like one of my favorite artists in the entire world, Fred Hammond, and hanging out with some folks who I've looked up to, people like Rodney Perry and all these folks.
There's some of the cast from Martin show.
You take folks like Chad Shepard, like
Charlie Wilson.
Yeah, but the thing was, we on there. What's that?
You go to Charlie Wilson's concert, did you?
Yeah, I was there for the Charlie Wilson concert.
You wasn't there for
we were supposed to go to, so I wasn't there for Stevie Wonder, but they wouldn't let us down for Stevie Wonder. And then by the time they did let us in, and you was calling me and telling me to come down, I was like on the other side of the boat, and it was only like 15 minutes left to the show, and I was like, I'm dead. Like,
we was over there, some of us in there, everybody was dancing around behind me. The Williams brothers was dancing and pop locking, everybody was up there.
Heck yeah. But I did go. I did go to the Charlie Wilson one. So we went in there. We were in swimsuits for that show. Everybody else in there all dressed up because that was the same night with the kimono. Like I was in we were supposed to be going to the hot tub. That was the hot tub story. Yeah, we were supposed to be going to the hot tubs. Yeah. And they were closed. Like I was trying to get there. It was taking forever trying to get our stuff off. Like I was take the outfit, Jesus Christ, and put my kimono on and went to the hot tub. Like I'm going to the hot tub. Anybody come? And then they were closed. We got up there, they was closed. We was like, dang, what do we do now? Oh, Charlie Wilson got a concert. We went down to Charlie Wilson.
That was funny too. And I'm not gonna get into that on here because if somebody may find it offensive. But if you remember backstage, we used to have to go to a hot tub and certain people weren't ready, but some other people was like, hey, we'll go with you. You remember? And Fred
that was the subject of the...
Yeah. And Fred like, hey, man, they'll go with you. You still going? So everybody, we had a good time. Let me tell you something.
We had a good time, man. And to be around legends like Stevie Wonder, I know we doing a lot of laughing, but Stevie is... who do you think is like the greatest? I think Stevie Wonder, like I think that's a legitimate case we made that Stevie Wonder is the greatest musical entertainer of all time.
Oh, speaking of Stevie Wonder, I saw that little Justin Bieber message thing he had put up, and they had a FaceTime. I guess FaceTime with Stevie Wonder. He was like, "This fool can't even see me," and people letting him have it. Like that's Stevie Wonder, bro. You better watch your mouth. People getting on the comments.
But Stevie, I guess, is like, they say Stevie is like a jokester, though. They say he's like actually like funny, a real jokester. So like, you ever see, remember Eddie Murphy back on Eddie Murphy Raw? Was it Raw or was it was one of them, but from the 80s where Eddie Murphy was like, man, he was like riding with Stevie Wonder. He said, I was driving Stevie Wonder. And I was like, man, you want to impress me with the singing and blind and playing? Anybody could do that. Like, you're just playing the piano. Anybody could do that. He was like, you want to impress me? Remember, he was driving. He said, you want to impress me? Take the wheel, mother. So, you want to impress me? Take the wheel.
Oh, yeah, that was wrong.
I think that was either raw or delirious. It was one of them two.
It might have been delirious. That was fucking good.
Two of the all-time greatest comedy movies of all time. Two of the greatest.
No, I used to laugh all of it. I thought it was good.
I was probably too young.
Yeah. Because that trip, man, you know, for those of you that's watching us that want to get into gospel music and may not know who we are, Zeke right here is Zeke is signed to Type Records. He's label mates with like Anthony Brown and Rashawn Mitchell and some other Dietrich Haddon and some other people over there with him. Yeah. So his record's coming out. I work in music, gospel music, as a role manager and stuff with some different artists. And then we have Rich Holmes, who's a businessman who works with artists and he brought in the NBA. So we're a group of people that know each other, got together and said, we'll come on here in the morning, get out the bed, sleepy as I don't know what. Because if I'm not on tour and if I'm not doing my regular job in HR, which I still work from home, I don't be up till 10, 11 o'clock. There is no reason because our lives keep going at night.
Yeah, you know, this is true.
So thank you guys that are watching. Please share this and tag people in it and all that. Our replays are really good. We get thousands of replays every day of views. So thank you guys. Thank each and every one of you for your support and for all the stuff that you do when it comes to us every day.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eric. And then also the church announcement lady, she done spoken. Brony Cat done spoken. She let y'all know. There it goes right there. I need all of you to please share this video. Like and share this video. Don't forget to come over to YouTube and subscribe to Zeke Locke. See, she did it for me. I was going to tell the people, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow. Make sure you share. I appreciate y'all that do that. I really do. We have a good time over here. We really do. We have a great time over here. Couple more shout outs, and then I think let's take one more music break. I'm playing a lot of Jamaica Lachey because we're going to have her back on the show next week. We're going to have her on the show on Tuesday, I think we said. Yeah, so I'm throwing that out there. Uh-oh, I think you muted.
Wait, who you think coming back?
Jamaica Lachey.
Never heard.
I should have known that was coming.
Never heard.
Shout out to my cousin JC. He said, nah, caramba. I think he's talking about my turban. Eric, you took your turban off.
I took it off. Man, that got hot so fast.
Well, yeah, that's the struggle. Look at this, May Branch. That's May. That's my neighbor, Miss May Branch. That's my neighbor. You know what I found out? First off, shout out to my neighbor. I'm so glad she got on with me. She's right next door to me, right there, right across the way. Oh, wow. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to her. You know, Songbird.
Mm-hmm.
This is her auntie.
Wow. Oh, well. No, I'm kidding. Songbird is good people.
Yeah, I know, right?
Somebody asked me. You know, after the music break, whatever else you got playing, I was about a hot take. I'm gonna ask. I think this is kind of funny. Some people asked a few questions, and I'm like, we'll ask those live. I'll wait till. Is Rhonda with us today, right?
Yeah, Rhonda's with us today. Yeah, so we got Rhonda with us today. We got my boy Will C, as in Willie Chatman. He's coming on with us. Westside Willie, he's usually on with us in the comments and stuff. So we're going to have a big party up here today because it's going to be me, you, Rhonda, Will, Rich. Like,
I'm going to ask this one before we go to break. Somebody asked me, what's the worst part of the chicken?
What's the worst part of the chicken?
When you eat chicken, what's the worst part?
Gizzards. No, feet. Like if you're from the South, you eat the whole chicken. So feet.
They eat everything, don't they?
Chicken feet. This.
Yeah. And then, here's another. Now this is a stupid one. Would you rather burp every 30 seconds or pass gas every minute?
What?
Yeah. I'm like.
Wait, pass gas every 30 minutes?
No. Burp
30 seconds.
Every 30 seconds versus, or would you prefer to have pass gas?
Every minute?
Yeah. When you burp every 30 seconds, that's a minute. I don't know what
Who thought of that? The more I think about it, the worse it gets. Like,
people are.
Look at that. There goes Will C in the comments right there on the YouTube side. What would I rather do? I would rather he'll be with us today at 9 o'clock hour, so people definitely want to tune in for that. Yeah, he'll be with us at the 9 o'clock hour. Rhonda's coming on with us at the 8:30 hour. So yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to think. What would I rather do? That's actually a really good question. Would I rather burp everything? I know I wouldn't rather burp every 30 minutes. I need my voice. Like, I gotta sing. I gotta talk. I gotta, like, always have it. You ever seen like a speaker, a public speaker, like a preacher or something? They be talking every minute, literally. They turn around and be like, oh. And so God said, I wanted to that everything is gonna be, like they always got a perpetual cold. Yeah. So I wouldn't want to burp every 30 seconds, but farting every minute is kind of,
that's deadly work too.
Taking a little.
There's no win in that.
It's gonna force you to eat healthy, that's for sure, because you can't be walking around smelling like
cabbage,
broccoli, and
boiled eggs or something.
Broccoli and Easter eggs, like last.
And I never forget, somebody did that when we was on the airplane. It was, who was with me? Me and
Artie?
Gary. Yeah, Gary was sitting behind me. He was asleep, and we were coming back from. I forgot where we were coming back from. Gary was on there, and it was the guy right next to me, literally. It was a seat between us, and dude just, I mean, he let it go. It was loud, and he could care less. He was still scrolling his phone. He was just, it was terrible. The lady in front of me started gagging. People was holding. It was terrible.
My God.
And I asked him, why would you do that? I said, why would you do it? Better in than out. I mean, better out than in. I said, man, you are the most disrespectful person. The lady in front of me told the stewardess, I don't know what the stewardess was, it was out there. And the stewardess came back and said, my God, what happened? And they said it's him. It was crazy. Gary slept through the whole thing. And that was funny.
My God.
He was flying back. The same night he was flying back. Gary had went to sleep on the tour bus and rolled over on his phone and went live. Dude was snoring his mouth over the head back. He was on Facebook live. I have no clue how he even went live. He was 100% live. Facebook.
Maybe he was about to start a live and then fell asleep. You know how sometimes you're so tired. Yeah, I was gonna say, you know how you get so tired, like you fall asleep with your phone in your hand, and on tour,
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. You be exhausted. Like, so you think you about to go live or do something, next thing you know, you sleep. You probably did that and rolled over on it.
And speaking of tour, everybody, if you're in Chicago, meet us at the House of Hope May 9th for the Mother's Day celebration featuring our boy, Fred Hammond, Marvin Sapp, Kaylin Card, Bobby Lane, Donald Lawrence, Donald. That dude is amazing. And the legend himself, Marvin Winans. Then those of you that live in Columbus, I'll be in your city the next day. It's the same thing. Fred, Marvin Sapp, I forgot who else was that day. It's Sponge Jones. And then Atlanta, we will be with you on Mother's Day with James Cortez, Cardi Cortez, Fred, and some other people. So it's a lot of us on that. So check me out. If y'all in the city, let me know. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Zeke.
Not bad. Not an eyelash on my eye. Like
that, and then you can't find which one it is.
And
you can grab it and it go right back in there.
Yeah, like this is an all day thing for me. Like literally every day. I don't know if this is healthy or not. My wife, she works on this stuff. She says it's okay, but like every day I pull I'll be counting them, at least 15 to 20 eyelashes out of my eye every day. No exaggeration. 15 to 20 eyelashes.
Long eyelashes
out of
my trash. Because my eyelashes touch the lens of my glasses. Sometimes they aggravate sometimes. I've always had. My mother used to talk about they always had real long eyelashes.
My mom
said, "Oh, he has pretty eyelashes." I'm like, what's pretty eyelashes on a man?
Yeah, men get the long eyelashes while the ladies have to go pay for them. So we want ladies with long eyelashes, but we just grow them out. Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's an unfair world. Let's do this, man. Let's play. Let's play Marcus McFarland on here, and when we come back, we'll come back with some hot takes. I'm gonna find that Stevie Wonder clip because it just cracked me up. If I got it, I'll play it. If not, then we'll find one or two. And then we're going to come back with Rhonda on the Rocks at around about the 8:30 hour. It is going to be a great day over on FriYAY. Y'all go ahead and make sure you like, subscribe, share, all of the things, all of the stuff. And we'll be right back. This is Marcus McFarland, Like My God.
Who do you know that can make the moon shine at night? Yeah, call every star by name as they light up the sky. Tell me who's the one that will show up every single prayer that you send up. The only one that can be all you need. He's the only one that can save you. Let me introduce you to my Savior. If it is the game, ain't nobody greater, ain't nobody greater, no. No, there ain't nobody like my God. There's no problem that He cannot solve. No, there ain't nobody. There ain't nobody. There ain't nobody like my God. Ain't nobody like God. Ain't nobody like God. Ain't nobody like God. Ain't nobody like my God. Now let me tell you who can turn the water into wine, telling the lame to walk and giving sight to the blind. Tell me who's the one that's the healer, set the captives free, a redeemer. He is the only one that can be all you need. He's the only one that can save you. Introduce you to my Savior. Oh, undefeated, He's the King. Ain't nobody better. Oh, there ain't nobody like my God. You really can't compare. There's no problem that He cannot solve. Turn it over to Him. No, there ain't nobody. No, there ain't nobody. There ain't nobody. There ain't nobody like my God.
Who else can be everywhere all at the same time? Never cease to amaze me, always blowing my mind. He wasn't enough that He died so that we could have life. As much as we were messed up, He really should have left us, but He forgives us every time.
There's nobody like it. There's nobody like it, no. There's no one like Him, no. No, there ain't nobody like Him. My God. There's no problem that He cannot solve. Yeah, you ought to know Him. There ain't nobody. There ain't nobody. There ain't nobody like my God. Nobody like my God. Ain't nobody doing it like. Ain't nobody moving it like. Ain't nobody moving it like. Ain't nobody like my God. He's the only one that can save you. Ain't nobody like my God.
Turn my
You know
camera
what
back
funny
on.
thing about that video, Like My God, from Marcus McFarland?
Uh-huh.
The producer,
Eric Dawkins.
I was there.
Oh, word. Out in LA, right?
Yeah, I was sitting there the whole while they was doing the video, man. It was so much fun. And the gentleman Sloan that did it does amazing work. So if you all looking for another videographer, like we got Chris Hood, my guy Sloan, he lived right here in Milwaukee. And dude did that whole video. Had it. That turnaround time was amazing. Got it back to him within 2 days.
Oh, nice.
And dude was dope with it. He had the drone flying around outside when we was outside, but that was a fun shoot, man.
Yeah.
And again, thank all of you guys for tuning in. Before Rhonda come on, just thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your love, your support. Thank you for how you guys check us out every day. We could not do this without you. Zeke FH said he's a fashionista.
Well, thank you for my credit. Thank you, Unc. Thank you, Unc.
He gave you credit. But,
man,
thank each of you, man.
Yeah, thank everybody, man. Thank all of y'all, because honestly, it makes it worth it getting up. I really do. I really do mean this. Like, by the time we get done with the show, I really am, a little bit more energized, a little bit up, more sprightly. I've been using that word all week. I'm a bit more sprightly.
It is, man. It's great, man. And I see Will Chatman. Yeah, that song is divine, my dude. That's my guy from Milwaukee. I met him. He actually opened for us back in 2014, 15. We were at FriYAY. We were in concert in Milwaukee. And he opened. And I heard him sound check. I'm like, who is this? I'm like, Kelly. I thought it was Jay Moss, because we pulled up when he was sound checking. So I get out, I walk him on the side of the stage. I walk on the side and look, who is this little short guy? And he came walking by, and I stopped him when we talked. And, Fred came on, he shook it. Funny, never knew who knew years later they would be like this and connected. The world is crazy, right? And so Marcus did his thing, man. And so we left sound check. Fred left because he played that day too, Zeke. He played, Fred was playing his bass on the song. He had to act like that, and that's all you heard. So
man,
dude,
Fred
we get out of sound check.
Right in your chest, man.
The whole stage was shaking. And we get done, and we head back to the hotel, and I wanted to stay. I said, I want to stay and hear this guy, which was Marcus. And that's how we met. Stayed behind, I hung out supporting him. And ever since then, we've been rocking. No, and it's funny, I got to connect us all.
Yeah. I tell you, the first time I met him, first time I met him was, Lord have mercy, BRL at New Beginnings. They had a Christmas concert. And this before I knew, this is my first time ever seeing BRL, actually. Like, this was years ago. My friend Toya.
We used to do a Christmas concert every year.
Toya
did sing with us.
So when she was singing with y'all, I don't remember if Courtney was there yet. No, because Courtney was in New Direction. So, no. Toya was in BRL. So, I felt like Courtney came BRL.
Courtney, what was the last name?
Bynum, at that time.
I don't remember. Man,
Richard's cousin.
So many.
I know she was in New Direction, though. Courtney was in New Direction.
I think she was in there for a little bit. She was in there for a little bit.
That's what I felt like. But I know she sang with New Direction. That's how her and Tay met, which is how Richard's wife. Like, that's the... it was the whole thing. But anyways, Toya sang with BRL. So y'all had the Christmas concert. And we came to the Christmas concert. And I was like, oh, man, they off the chain. I think
we did the...
Joyful.
Thing.
Rose
got turned.
That whole thing. Exactly. And so Marcus McFarlane was opening up. Matter of fact, he sang. I feel like Jonathan McReynolds sang.
Jonathan, was he there? I know Kiera was there too. Well,
Jonathan wasn't like
was there.
He wasn't Jonathan yet though. He wasn't like he was just like it was this long time ago. So he wasn't. Yeah. He was like,
he wasn't that guy.
Matter of fact, it might have even been the whole group, actually. Mind Over Matter. Oh, is that one that name?
I think they may have been a part of that. You're right.
It might have been that whole group, actually. And so,
it might have been him. It was, I think Jessica Reedy was with me. I know Amber Bullock. Jessica Reedy was there too. She sat with me and her. Because that back then, what BRL would do is and we know we got hot takes, was that whenever Sunday's Best was on, when Sunday's Best was popular, as soon as it came out, whoever the winner was, I had a connection with the people. They got a connection. And they would send them to us in Chicago. So everybody who won Sunday's Best, Amber, then we had Amber Bullock did it, then we had Kafia Rollerson on it, then we had Joshua Rogers came, then we had Jessica. We had everybody who was on Sunday's Best, Yana Crawley, we had them all come to our event because when Sunday's Best would end, 2 months later was our show. So we would grab them on the hype of who they were and say, hey, come do this in Chicago. And it worked.
No,
And sometimes we brought 2 of them at a time. That's how everybody thought I was smart. I was a genius for that. Because
that was though.
All their fans, I think.
Yeah.
You couldn't get in the New Beginning Church.
And like you said, that's when it was like when it was hot. So of course everybody was, trying to get to who this new person was, this up and comer.
And we had every one of them.
Yeah. No. That was real smart. So
we covered that with some type of award show, people. Something is coming.
Well, that was the first time I heard Marcus McFarlane, and I was like, who is this dude that sounds like Jay Moss? Like it was just, I was like, the range, my goodness. Y'all can actually catch him every Sunday. If you know Apostle Daryl Hines, I was going to say Daryl
Milwaukee Christian Faith
Daryl Hines. Yep, Christian Faith Fellowship, Milwaukee. Very, very impactful, large size church, one of those. He's over there now. Yeah, he's the worship leader over there now. So, yeah, so shout out.
And you're going to see him and Zeke and Hood book together coming soon. So get back for that. You get to see the angel. Oh, that was your name, the angel.
I don't think we ever settled on an actual name. I'm the watcher, but I don't think we ever settled on an actual name. I could be.
You talk about yourself. For instance, LOL, my man Zeke.
Let's see here.
What we got for the hot today?
Let's see. You know what? Let's do this. Let's go straight to Rhonda's hot take since it is 8:32.
Oh, cool.
I couldn't find the Stevie Wonder one. I know it's on here. I just don't know what folder it's in. Like, because I had it loaded up for like another day some weeks ago and we never looked at it. So I gotta find it. I gotta find what date it was. I don't remember. But let's do this. Just because I want to get her in here because I love the way y'all just go back and forth with each other. There we go. I love the way y'all go back and forth with each other. But before I bring her up here, I want to acknowledge
this comment. You're not bad as Benika, though.
No, you and Benika were. You and Nina are a whole thing.
Oh, God. Nina. that guy there, he's something.
Wow. See what I'm talking about? That guy there. I didn't say Nina. I didn't say I don't want no smoke.
My fault, sorry.
But right here, this is why I want to show y'all why we support stuff right here. Like Will C just said, definitely in rotation this summer. He's talking about Marcus's song. So y'all do the same thing. Please. When we play these different songs, the different artists and people, like go back and find it. I try to make sure the screenshot of the album art is on there. We try to make sure the album art is there. So, please support those artists. Make sure that you are driving their numbers up because that really means something to an artist, man. When you actually play that stuff, that really means.
Send your music to us because a matter of fact, Zeke, I got to send you. I've been working on that folder.
Oh yeah,
all the new artists and stuff like that. So so I'm sending it to you today.
Bet, yeah. Next week we'll start playing some other stuff. We've been playing a lot of our girl. We've been playing a lot.
I'm sorry, not ashamed. Still,
oh yeah, no.
That still got to stay for a little bit.
No, not ashamed is. I texted Jeremy this morning. Actually, I texted him. I said, "Man, this song is fire."
Did you see the video I sent you?
Encouraged. No,
I sent you the music video for it.
Oh, shoot me! Yeah, run that. Okay,
it's in the text. Yeah.
Oh, bet. Can you send it to me again?
I'll resend it to you. Yeah.
Next week I'll start playing the music video. Yeah, that'll be. Yeah, we'll put the music video in there.
And then they can see him and his crew and his band and the crowd is interacting with him. It's a whole thing. Sorry, nice. Rhonda.
Cool. Hey, y'all, check this out. What time is it, y'all? What time is it? It's time for our girl, the certified yapper herself, Miss.
Good morning.
Good morning. Rhonda on the friggin' rocks. What's up, girl? Hey.
What's up? Good morning. Happy FriYAY. Glory to God. We made it.
Glory to God. We made it to FriYAY.
Woo!
I got to ask Jamaica, what was she thinking about when she sang this? I love the way she.
She was thinking about me.
Of course she's thinking about you. I'm just saying. Well, she has the sexy for Jesus thing going on right now. So it's like, that's great.
Me? Okay. Sexy for Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. Rhonda put up some pictures in her inbox. I saw her post yesterday.
You saying it ain't gonna be too hard to set her up on a date after the picture.
No, baby.
All right, Rhonda on the rocks.
Your girl got the juice.
What's up? Juice on the rocks. There we go. There it is. What you drinking from today? What you sipping from on today?
So I have cranberry juice this morning.
I love cranberry juice.
Me too. It's zero sugar because hashtag Rhonda on the run.
Yes, yes.
So I'm trying to let me turn y'all up a little bit.
I got this.
Trying to make small changes. What is that? Green tea?
Yep.
Oh, very
Sugar
good.
free.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all know what I got. Y'all know what I got.
Very black coffee.
Very black coffee. I like my coffee. Yes, I love my coffee like I love my women black. Like I love my wife. My wife is beautiful. I love her beautiful dark skin. I love it. I love her. And so I like my coffee just like it. But today I'm drinking actually out of her coffee mug. So I don't want y'all thinking I gotta. I got my. This is so. This coffee mug is so much of a like a fall day where you put some tea in it and you just. But it's like coffee in one hand, confidence in the other. That's actually what it says on it. So I would.
Y'all need a little bit of that.
It's true. I thought it was a good message to at least give to somebody, but and it was just a big cup of coffee because I needed it this morning. But you're drinking cranberry juice, sugar free, because of the Rhonda on the Run challenge, yeah?
Yes, in my very own. Let me show y'all.
Yeah, let's see
Rhonda
that. Hold on, let me solo it out so the people.
Thermal cup.
Oh, that's a thermal.
Yeah.
Oh, snap! Hot and
cold.
Hot and cold.
Your nails. Do that again with put your nails back up. I like the way they look. It's like they look like
a cartoon.
Yeah, that's what it look cartoon.
Yeah. Wait a minute,
how did they do that?
Yeah,
that is a trip.
Yeah, that's a. I like that one. I need to go get that one. The thermal. That's okay. I just thought about that this morning. I was
we over here regular.
Yeah, we just regular. We just doing well to get on
my certified yapper T-shirt. Which you
hold on, wait. I'm solo you one more time. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Certified.
You got the hat too, right? Don't you got a certified yapper hat on? I know you don't got it on right now, but you got a because you had it on the other day, right?
Mm-hmm. Certified yapper hat that comes in 3 different colors. It's like a light wash denim, a medium wash denim, and black. So that's a good one. All kind of stuff. You just have to go on the website and look. I think
do this for me. Can you stand it for me one more time in the comments and the thing? When you get a chance. My bad. I just I need to type it in
while you're playing the video.
That's perfect. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
But get your Rhonda on the Rocks merch. It's not something that I make like a huge income on at all whatsoever. But I do But I do love to see people like supporting my brand and like getting the word out there. So I got all the things, hats, shirts, glassware.
Let's see if I can get me some by next week. Let's see. I'm place my order. Let's see if it comes to me by next week, and then by the time we get to next Friday, hopefully I'll be able to be drinking out of a Rhonda on the Rocks thermal glass. Can I see that one more time? That thermal glass, because I actually like that. That's thermal glass.
Got a lid on it,
Yeah, a thermal glass. Okay,
I like that
because I always take coffee with me, but. It's nice to have something like that when you just,
instead of waiting for it from the mail.
Put coffee in it, you can put tequila in it, whatever you want. Like, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah, there it is.
I like that. I'm gonna order one too. How much are they?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but if you look at let me find it because I'm under.
I'm like,
you can put it up there. We'll make sure we'll come back to it when we do the clip.
I'll just drive to where you drive to St. John to pick it up.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and pay double.
Oh, wait a minute. Pay double. Oh, let me hurry up and get some merch there since we're paying double.
Right.
Support. That way.
If that's the case.
I'm selling used gear. I'm selling gear that is only.
This one if you're paying double, like what's
I've actually used this one. You can sell it on eBay. Used by Zeke Locke. I get famous enough to make it work.
It's funny that she said about that. With the cranberry juice still in it.
Listen, and my chapstick on it, like, hey, exclusive. Exclusive.
And for the record, I'm sorry. Go
ahead. No, go ahead. E.
I'm thinking about something she said.
I'll pull this up.
Something she said yesterday. Somebody laughed about that comment about we were talking about would you pick cotton for $200, and she said, and somebody got my comment inbox to E. Y'all did all that pro black talk, but talking about picking cotton. Like, yep, sure will.
100%.
$200 an hour. You don't
pick
get that.
cotton?
At the end of the day, the cotton still has to be picked. So why not me?
Exactly.
If you can use anything, boy,
you
you can use me.
Yeah.
$200 an hour. I'll let you call me. You know.
Yeah.
You got me that too. Yeah. $200 an hour.
Well, you gotta give me $250 to call me it, but $200 I get out there. You're not getting that nowhere. $200 an hour. Yeah.
Call me nigga, whatever. Nigga, get out there and pick. Yes, sir.
Miss nigga, but yes.
Mr. Joe. Mr. Colonizer, call me what you want.
Queen nigga, lady nigga, whatever. Like it's all
16,000.
all Just differentiate me between the males, but yes, by all means, $200 an hour. As long as I can collect my check and I don't have to work on Sundays like Chick-fil-A, I'm good. That's all I need. I work Saturdays morning.
You know, that's funny though, but you know,
I cannot with y'all.
But some people have a problem with that, and you know, it reminds me
of picking cotton, or
no, just doing stuff like that. Yeah. Like I remember when Steve Harvey said on his stand-up. If you remember when they said, people like, oh, you cooning, would you play a monkey? People talking about whoever played a monkey. And he said when he saw how much he was paying. He said he would have had bananas and had his butt out and everything else. So yes, I would pick cotton.
For $200 an hour. I think go ahead, Rhonda. Yeah.
I think people need to learn how to laugh. Like, as African American people, we've experienced enough trauma, right? If you can laugh at it at this point, there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
It is something wrong. Like,
I'll be laughing all the way to the bank.
All the way. Like, oh my God. I will be laughing all the way to the bank. And I think that we take life so serious, which is why I love this morning show, because and which why I also love my show, because I will make fun of myself. I will make fun of anything because I spend the majority of my life laughing. And when I leave this earth, I want to be laughing. Like, why not? People who are so overly serious give me the ick. Like, I know that life is serious, right? Like, we got to pay our taxes and all. Like, I just filed my taxes this morning because more money, more problems. But
did you miss the deadline?
It's not to the 15th.
No, the 15th.
I thought I missed it almost. I was panicking. I just did mine.
Today is the 11th, so I'm right at the hair on its chinny chin chin, but it's done.
I'm going to be even more on the chinny chin chin because I have not. So.
I thought about skipping because I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? It's 1 year. I paid taxes all of my life. Like, it's 1 year, but then I'm like, no, I'm going to do right.
I mean, why not?
Because I don't know what's going to happen next, and I need my affairs to be in order.
This is true. No, this is true. Like, this. Like, they effing up.
Yeah, but I want people to laugh. Like, please find something in your life that is funny. I literally called my mom last night. I feel bad because I woke her up. I didn't know she was asleep though. But I called. It wasn't late. It's like 9:30. Like, girl, get up. So I called her last night and I was laughing uncontrollably, thinking about a time that my uncle fell. And my mom was not laughing on the other end of the phone because she was sleepy, but I was like crying. Like, I couldn't even get myself together. I kept saying, like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And she's like, is everything okay? I'm like, yes, but I have to tell you this. And I just couldn't get it out. But that's me, like, probably 80% of the time is like laughing uncontrollably. It really gives me joy. So
I have to control it. But Zeke, I have to control mine. Sometimes I laugh. It's not funny. I don't say it's stuff that shouldn't be funny that is kind of funny, and then I feel bad because I laugh when I do laugh. I laugh.
Oh my God!
About 30 minutes.
Those are the best times. Oh my God! You're not supposed to be laughing, and your stomach is like getting tight.
Heck yeah!
Somebody and they do the little. Ooh!
I had to take a month to laugh at my grandma. I'll never forget my grandmother fell down. It's not funny. Now, see, it's not funny what she did, but she wasn't hurt. My grandma fell down some stairs. I'll never forget. It was church dinner. She had a plate of food like this, a big old pan of food. She fell down the food and she went down the steps with her hands like this holding the food and slid all the way into the thing. Man, look, I was working middle night laughing at that. I had to take muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I laughed at Zeke the other day when he drank that hot coffee on your line.
My God,
did you see him, Rhonda, when he did it?
That coffee was way too hot. That was way too hot. Matter of fact, look at this right here. And then we're going to the clip right after this. Brody Cat actually had the same incident today. She said, I finally had my coffee today, Zeke. At the VA hospital, they got the hottest coffee ever. And I understand what it is to drink the hottest coffee in the world. I'm calling JG Wentworth. I'm calling JG Wentworth on Dunkin' Donuts. It's my money. I want it now. It burnt my throat. I still feel it. My neck, my back. I feel it. Y'all saw it here, folks. Y'all saw it right here. Let's do this.
Wait 1 second before you go to the clip.
Yeah.
This is your show. Eric, please tell me one more time what your grandma did.
Oh, I'll tell you. I don't mind laughing at my family's issues. So she walked down the stairs and she had a big old, how church had them big old pans of greens and stuff. So
right.
she missed that top step and and then she slid all the way into the church dinner with her hands out. Man, look, I laughed at my own mama. Oh yeah, I better say it. She on here watching. But I laugh at people and stuff like that. I was at Zeke. I ain't gonna. It's like you saw people fall on the tour. Zeke fall off the stage and stuff like that.
Oh my God! She fell off that stage. I see. And of course, you got to be concerned. You can't I
can't be concerned at the time. I don't have no concern at the time. I got to laugh first. I remember my sister Angela fell down the stairs and reached back for me for help because there was a lot of steps, man. And I was laughing too hard to help her, and she just lost her grip and she just tumbled and rolled. She looked back for help.
Your mama said it was a 4-layer homemade cake.
Sure was.
A 4-layer homemade cake.
Mama, yeah, man.
I was saying, did she spill the greens?
No, it was the cake.
But it was the cake, though.
She held that cake straight. It was like this. And she came out on the steps. She was bouncing. And she slid into the church dinner. And they went on and picked it up out of her hand. I mean, she served it right on time. Right on time. So yeah, I laugh at people and stuff like that. So I'm sorry, some of y'all get mad at some stuff. Like I laugh at funerals. I laugh at places that you shouldn't laugh. But if it's funny, I'm gonna laugh.
Oh man,
we gotta go. We gotta figure out.
Because I know we gotta go to clip. So I remember I'm not. Oh my God, I can't even. Okay, I'm just gonna tell the story. It is what it is. At my grandmama's funeral, so one of our family members. One of my family members had a song. He decided he was going to remix Frank Sinatra, I Did It My Way. And so he turned the lyrics into, she did it God's way.
I would have laughed.
It's so great. When I say me and my cousins was rolling.
You just reminded me with that.
We was dying laughing. And here's the irony of it is my grandmother would have been in the one in the room talking about something. Oh my God, that boy show is good. She would have loved it. Like it was perfect for her. For us, dead. We was dying laughing, Brad. It was
and didn't feel bad about laughing, did you?
No. Funerals are the best places to laugh. Funerals and church. They are the Camp on Stage got a whole tour about being in church. Like,
oh, I'm sorry. I got to say this right before you play the hot takes. I was in church.
I'm going to the clip right after this. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. My pastor,
I can find it.
In black churches, it's sometimes that theatrical feel. So he was preaching and he jumped up on this front pew, right? And he didn't know, but he didn't fall. Dude was preaching. Rhonda's camera froze. Wow, she was that still? Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, I was responding to a work text.
God, I've never seen her be that still in my life. You weren't breathing nothing. So, my pastor preached, right? That Sunday morning, he jumped on the pew and all this, so everybody was good. Sunday night, this guy named Brother Parrish said it. Now, no, my pastor preached, he started walking pews, stepping on the pews. So Parrish said, the anointing's on Bishop. If he can do it, I can do it. So this dude, I'm sorry. He jumped on the first pew, right? He said, if he did, I can do it. He stepped on and slipped, right? And everything between his legs went like, you literally heard this. And then, dude hit his joint. He hit it. Dude, when I say he twisted, when he got off, he just came down, sat down like this. Rest service, he fell at the corner. Dude, look, let me tell you something. He couldn't walk out of that church either. He said, when I say he was quiet, he went, and when he slipped and his foot slipped, he hit his stomach. He just threw his leg over and sat down on the pew like this, right? It ain't funny. My mother, she laughed too. But anyway, go ahead with your take.
Lord have mercy. Man, let's do this.
With that funeral, you reminded me of something I'm going to send you, and you go crack up because this guy,
listen,
his cousin remixed the song and sung it at grandma's funeral. Yeah, I'm going to send it to you around. Shoot
it to me. Let's go to this clip real quick because I thought this was a good one, and it came across my thing. And Rhonda, I want your take on it because it made me think about something. I know we laughing and having but this one, it ain't a serious clip, I guess. It ain't serious. It's just perspective, but it ain't a funny one. That's after we just got done laughing at all these stories. We done laughed at all our family members. All right, here it is, right here, y'all.
Be careful.
Oh, what happened to Rhonda?
All right here.
Oh, there we go.
When you have so much of a friend deficit that when God put assignments in your life, you make assignments your friend. Do I need to run that back? Be careful when you have such an emotional deficit in your heart that God puts assignments in your life and you confuse an assignment with a friend. And it's nothing worse when you start dating assignments. Somebody better come get me. So now you in love with a project and not a partner. That's not dating, that's daycare. In this season of my life, I'm not babysitting no more. Send people who can build with me, not people I have to keep building up. Clock that T. Hey. Look at your neighbor and say, clock that, clock that T. Clock that.
Crab motion.
I'm tired of always having to be the person that people go to and have nobody to go to for my own self. God, send me people who pour back into me as I pour back into them. I'm about to lose my mind being the solution and answer for everybody else. Be careful.
Yeah.
That T.
He did the crab motion.
He did.
He knew the crab motion. Where's your thoughts there? Because when you said that, I just saw it this morning when I was looking for it. So of course I listened to it and all that. And I'm like, and it just made my, so it's kind of fresh on my head, which is why I was like, let's do that one. But what was your thoughts when you said that? Because I resonate with a lot of it,
Yeah, I definitely resonate with a lot of it too. And typically when I send you stuff, something about it is so significant to me that I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to share this with the people of God, the Locke stars.
Yeah.
But for me, what I heard resounding throughout the entire video is like, when we lack obedience, this is what happens, right? When we lack obeying God and doing exactly what he tells us to do, because sometimes we think we know better. That's how we end up in situations like this. I can specifically point out instances in my life where I was grossly disobedient, and I know why I ended up in the situations that I ended up in. So when God gives us people or puts people in our lives with certain assignments attached to them, and we choose to do whatever we want to do, we just make a mess. It's like your teacher giving you a project and saying, this is what I want you to do. And you're like, okay, perfect. You gave me this project. I'm going to do this, this, and this. And they like, that's not what I said. I said, write a paper on Martin Luther King, and you writing a paper on King Von. That's not what I said. Right? Like, why are you doing something totally, and then you wonder why you get a bad grade? Because you were disobedient. And so that's the T that was clocked. He clocked my T when he was just like, we turn friends, or you date assignments, and it goes from something to daycare. And I was like, that is correct. Clocked my T right there.
Yeah.
But I just think for me, like I said, the biggest thing that I took away from that was just obedience. Like when we are obedient to God, and I know, you know, I'm Rhonda on the Rocks and I, talk a certain way and I, do a certain thing, but I'm very locked in, right?
Yeah.
And I know what disobedience to God does, what it looks like, how it feels, and the ramifications of that. And so I just want to encourage people today, like, be obedient. God has so many amazing things for us when we do it His way. When we do it God's way, do it God's
God's way.
when we do it God's way, it just turns out better, right? Like we think we know better and we know what feels good to us in our flesh. But
Yeah.
if we allow God to really stretch us, I don't want to say magic happens, but beautiful things happen, right? Like
Yeah.
when I chose to say, okay, God, all right, I think I've made enough of a mess. If you can help me get out of this, I promise you that I will like try my best because I'm not perfect, but I will try my best to be obedient and to listen and to be tuned into what you actually have for me because I know that your will is better than mine. I know it is. It's proven time and time again that God's will for my life is better than the one that I thought of myself. And so just be obedient. As hard as it is, I guarantee you the payoff is much, much better. So
Yeah. No, that's good stuff right there. You know what struck me about it, the thing that really, really hit me, and of course I was gonna lose Rhonda. There we go. There it is. Oh, my camera's still off. So I turn my camera off when it's on solo so it can keep on the CPU. It keeps the CPU down. So sometimes I'll be forgetting to turn my camera on. But the thing that the thing that really struck me about that part was he said this season of life, not pulling nobody else along, that I got to do all this pouring into them, like I got to grow them up, I got to make them into who they supposed to be and all that, because that energy, and that's the part that resonated with me the most. It just kind of hit me because that energy has to go somewhere. Like energy is given one way or the other. Either you're gonna give energy to the thing that you building up, or you're gonna give energy to building up people so that you can go back and give double the energy to the thing you still got to turn around and build up. So it's like, okay, you only got so much energy and you only got so much time. What am I going to choose to put that energy and time into? Because I put a lot of energy sometimes into trying to build people up into certain things, across the spectrum over the years. And what ends up happening? Well, then when it's time to move, those people weren't ready to move, or certain people, and this has happened over the years in various different ways. And you try to support. I talked a lot about support today. You try to support. You try to bring people along. You try to get them to see the bigger vision. You try to get them to see that the thing that they got can be like done at this massive level, because you've seen it before. Like Martin Luther King, I've been to the mountaintop. My eyes have seen the coming of the glory of the Lord. You try to get people to see it, but they just can't see it for whatever reason. So now you got to constantly pour into them and try to get them to see the vision. And you got to work it out 19, 20 different ways, and they still don't get it. Well, all of that is energy that you're putting in. Absolutely. And what's happening? You're not putting it into the thing that you're supposed to be building. So now for me, it hit me on the standpoint of, okay, I got only so much energy now, because that burnt me out trying to pour into people. And we still at square one without getting the thing done. So now the thing is, get the thing done. Like, do the thing. And then the people who see the thing, either they'll come on board with it, or they'll realize it was never a thing they needed to be a part of to begin with, or they'll just have to elevate their level to get to it on their own and figure out, just like other people had to. But you can only go so far with folks.
Absolutely. And I've learned that, like I said, my solo podcast has only been around since August of 2024. But I've had tons of people on, like strangers, like on different platforms, and people that I know, like, oh my God, I want to start a podcast. Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? I have created a one-pager now, because the energy that I was spending getting on the phone with people, texting people, reaching out to them, like, do you need anything else? Like trying to be this huge support. And I have stuff to do.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to build that Rhonda on the Rocks.
Yeah.
I haven't arrived. So I've created a one-pager. I send it to people. Here's what I do. This is what it looks like. Here's some things that you can research. That's it. I can't do any more. And I feel like that's super helpful because then nobody provide me no one pager. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I try my best to like help people, but I don't believe in this season that is what God is calling me to do. I think He is calling me to pour into who's pouring into me, and that's it.
Yeah. That
I
part. Yeah.
yeah, and it's not selfish. I think we get caught up in this, like, I want to be seen as the nice guy. I want to be seen as the nice girl. I don't want to look like a major B. I already have RBF, and people already feel like, oh, I'm just so unapproachable. When I'm like, I'm busy. Like, I have so much stuff. I just made a list last night of all of the things that I still have to do for Rhonda on the Rocks. Some of these things are like 2 weeks past due. And granted, I work full time, but I'm also like helping this person, doing this for this person. Oh, like going here, going there. And it's like, girl, you got stuff that you need to be doing. You ain't put out an episode in 2 weeks. You got the episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is it not out? You see what I'm saying? Slacking on stuff that I'm supposed to be doing that I know God has called me to do.
Yeah.
To be a blessing to other people. Like, yes, you can be a blessing to other people, but do it in the way that God has called you to be. It may not always be giving nobody no money or giving them your time. Sometimes it's just like, hey, let's get on my calendar. I use Calendly where people I send them the link. They can go in there and choose a time that I'm available, that I've already preset, that they can sign up for a time, and I stick to my calendar.
Yeah.
Anything outside of that, I can't really help you in this season. Not in this season.
What's that you just said you use? What's it called?
Calendly.
Calendly.
Yeah, so it's free.
Okay.
You go on Calendly. You can set up your schedule. So like for me, it's like 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. CST Monday through Friday. And then I do some weekend hours depending on the week. But I try not to do weekend hours because that's for me. It's my time to do the things I need to do. But anyway, you send people the link and they can go on there and sign up for a time to talk to you or sign up for a time to be on your calendar. And it automatically puts it on your Google Calendar. It sends because I usually do Google Meets. Yeah. So it sends them the Google Meets link. And then you just, when that day and time comes, you just go. But people can see when you're available and sign up for time.
But that's the part that I like. So yeah, you just put me up on something that I didn't even know about.
I love it.
I'm gonna hit you up about that one.
Especially when it comes to like podcast stuff and like guests and stuff like that. Like you choose a time that works best for you. That also I'm already saying works for me. And when you don't show up for that time, then I can say, well, you chose it. You chose this time. You put this time on my calendar. I'm going according to what you said you were available to do. But yeah, I'll send you the link. I love Calendly. It works.
You just
you never heard of that before?
No, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that.
Smart. It keeps your life your life.
Yeah.
It keeps you in control of those random, because you know what we do, we get random calls. Random times, and can I have a meeting for this? Like right now, I'm meeting with somebody, text somebody, and he's not out the way, but about a new network. He's starting an online TV network and got a lot of major sponsorship. That's what I was talking. We may be part of that, but we're talking stuff. But anyway, but it's that kind of thing. He said, "Hey man, can I talk to you?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I took his call, but I have a bunch of those in my inbox and messages to people. "Hey bro, let's sit down and talk. I got this idea. I want to run back. I want you to help me do it." Okay, that what she's talking about, bro. When you see it, it reminds you almost like Microsoft, not Teams, but how it's your calendar. It shows your point. You know.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
And you just click on that joint and you're in there, bro. It's smart.
Yo, that's
give you your life back.
Wow, that is.
I mean, even like 15-minute time slots. Some people don't think that that's a big deal, but when you're busy and you don't just have 15 minutes all the time to give to people.
Yeah.
So, I love Calendly. I use it for work, and skills are transferable. The things that you do in your everyday professional job, this podcasting is a job. Doing a morning show is a job. And you have to treat it as such. You have to treat it as such.
Yes. Rhonda on the Rocks. So you just gave me something that will help me in my Rhonda on the Run challenge. Oh, thank you. I
Yes.
just sent the link in there. You just gave me something that'll give me help with my Rhonda on the Run challenge. So the Rhonda on the Run challenge for me, I got a banner for that. I definitely got a banner for that. The Rhonda on the Run challenge for me, of course, has been to catch up on my rest. Not to to catch up on my rest, not to be just up all through the night and all that kind of stuff like that. To be just trying to get my sleep in. And so Calendly sounds like a way to help me. By the way, y'all, they did not sponsor us to say this. This is just actually good stuff. This is actually just what people using out here. Yeah. So, but honestly, picking up the phone and having random conversations that last 3 hours,
10-minute calls, Zeke.
And it honestly will.
Exactly.
To me, it forces people to respect your time, and it kind of gives them an idea. Like, if I go on your Calendly right now and I see, dang, I need to talk to Zeke, but he's not available till May 2nd at 4:00, then I can say oh, he's actually that busy. Like, people have taken up these times, or he's made his schedule where he's not available until this time. You have to preserve yourself, because we want you to be around for a long time. So, every time you talk about how you don't get rest, I pray for you, because
oh my God, yes,
you really have to. Like, we need you. You're doing amazing things. I don't know why I'm going this way. I'm gonna get a little emotional, I think.
You about to make me cry. You about to make me emotional.
I'm really proud of you, Zeke. I really am. I'm really proud of you.
Oh, Rhonda.
You have to get some rest so that you can continue to do this.
Yeah. Oh, virtual hug. Oh. All right. Oh, that you clapping my teeth. Clock my teeth. No, that's real. That's real. And that, even just giving me that that Calendly thing, that's actually good. That's that's gonna be a really helpful thing, because that's good. I can see it now. I'm not even gonna go down that road. Matter of fact, I think that's a good. Got it.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Listen, man. That's a perfect segue into this music break right here. I'm gonna use our girl Jamaica Lachey. If it don't bring me love, if it ain't bringing me joy, I don't want it. Yes. Yeah.
If it's not on my Calendly, I don't want it. Yeah. If it ain't scheduled here,
I don't want it. And we have hot takes. We got some more of those too, or that was we only had the one for there. We have more.
No, just the one for today, because we're coming back now with our boy Will C right after this music break. Will C is coming up. I'm telling you, if you work with youths, if you work with the youths in the inner city, if you feel like you have, giving back to your community and you need some encouragement in that area, well, I got somebody who knows what that is, to be a black male in the inner city trying to teach the kids. What's that?
I'm laughing because you made youth plural. It's already plural. You said youths.
Oh yeah, remember on My Cousin Vinny what he said that? He said the youths. The wood, the youths. Anyways, my man's Willie Chatman. I'm telling y'all right now, he's also one of my oldest and best friends in the world. And so, we're gonna get into some of that conversation right after this music break. This is our girl right here, Miss Jamaica Lachey with I don't want it now, no.
Stand up, never lay down. Used to see us in the back, we in the front now. They tried, we did. Stepping up, no chill, I'm about to go in. Steady dancing in the clouds, got Abba walking mouse, talking handshakes, smiles for the big win. Almost on the reach in, trying to put their bid in, hoping they could slide just a piece in. But this ain't for the weak, for the hearts wanna sleep. Put a guard on your piece, gotta stand in your sleep. Take a breath and be meek, gotta take it from me. No one can do you like you do it. Be fluent in you, that's a movement. Stay focused on you, it's not selfish, it's true. It is only to you that you prove it. If I can't feel no love, I don't want it, yeah. If you can't feel these voids, I don't want it, yeah. If it don't bring me joy, I don't want it, yeah. I don't want it, I don't want it, yeah. People used to talk, how me for falling off, now they looking for my corner. Rap bomb on the backtrack, I ain't cutting no slack, it's a new order. Set my team real strong now. Kingdom coming like the song now. feel no love, I don't want it, yeah. If you can't feel these voids, I don't want it, yeah. If it don't bring me joy, I don't want it, yeah. I don't want it, yeah. Entangled in entrapments, the pressures of being down. Transcendent traps and dead bodies have turned to clouds. Depression's a trophy for Gen Z, and socials will kill you with envy, fabricating the line through the enemy. My state, it is altered and change has occurred. Intention is heavy on serving this word. My being has been in no love lost, I made it, I'm good, love, believe me, that's true, I don't think. If I can't feel no love,
Yep. If it don't bring me love, I don't want it no. Jamaica Lachey, y'all make sure y'all please go ahead and support that song. Y'all saw the album art there. You can find that on all streaming platforms. I told y'all we're going to have Jamaica on next week. We're going to have Jamaica on, and that's going to be a really good conversation. So you definitely want to go support her music. She got those two songs, Say Less and I Don't Want It. So please go get that. Put it in your summer rotation. It's dope stuff. It's dope stuff, and we support ours over here in the Lock Star family. Again, thank you to all you Lock Stars for locking in every morning that you come on. Those who take their drives to work in the morning, those who turn us on when you're getting ready for work or whatever, or maybe you're at work or you're just hanging out at the crib. Like you locking in with us every morning, and it really does mean the world to us. Thank y'all for driving up the comments and just commenting, talking to each other and giving us conversation to go forward, because I know that first 45 minutes me and Eric just be talking off the chains, baby. We just be all over the place. So thank you for always locking in. We definitely appreciate it. It makes it worth it to get up and actually do this in the morning. I like doing it. So, I like that y'all like it. So to that effect, please make sure you subscribe, make sure that you like, make sure you follow, make sure you do all of those things, because, we want you to know when we actually get on, and also we want to be in your algorithm, and we want to be in your algorithm. I mean, we want you in our algorithm. So, let's lock in together and let's keep making the world a better place together. Does that sound good? Listen, y'all, we got a really good conversation coming up right now. This is with my boy, Mr. Will C. But let me do this real quick. Before I bring Will C to the stage, let's get Rhonda and Eric right back. There they are. Mr. Eric Rideout and Miss Rhonda on the Rocks. Yo, man, I'm telling y'all, that Jamaica Lachey song, what do y'all think about that one?
Love.
That If It Don't Bring Me. That was a perfect segue to what we were talking about.
I think it's good. I remember when she was sharing, that music and telling us what she was going to do. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
There's some talented people around this inner circle of people that we know.
Yeah.
Very talented.
Yeah, that's what we said. We pour into people who, like we just talked about that clip today, pour into people who can pour back, or people who
Which family
got something towards me right now.
She is so famous. She looks like a celebrity.
Yeah,
her look. She looks like. I mean, and that's the thing. I can see her being that person.
Thank you.
Like a big as Kev on stage, or even bigger. Her and Lexi and all, because Lexi's crazy.
Yeah, I follow her. She's so funny.
You ever worked with her?
No.
Rhonda?
No, I've never worked with anyone.
I'll connect you.
A famous person. I've ever
We'll
worked
connect.
Yeah.
But
We gotta
man,
get around to
Jordan,
backstage some of this stuff. Yeah. Shout out to some
Coming
folks
up.
right here. Let's give a shout out to J.R. Willie L. Jordan. And I saw your comment there too. Please, yeah, definitely. We were all together yesterday at the Day of Advocacy, so that was dope stuff. So yeah, definitely. There's Mama right there. She's not on Instagram with us today. She's over here because Instagram is tripping. Yeah, Instagram is tripping. It cut off on me. I don't know why. I'm looking at it up here. It's stuck after the Marcus song. So I don't know what happened to Instagram. It's gone away. And I got a notification up here too. So I don't know what happened. And there's Mrs. Ursula Ellis, one of our rock stars.
And a rock star. She's also a rock star.
And a rock star. She's double dipping. Hey, that's so nice. Hey, y'all, let's do this. Let's first pull up this man's to the stage. Where is he at? Rich Holmes. I know I just seen Rich Holmes come in. There he is. Y'all, let's pull up Mr. Rich Holmes real quick, and then we come in. Rich Holmes, what's cracking past star? Rich?
What's happening? Grace and peace, everybody. Grace and peace.
Grace and peace.
That's your duties now. You have to.
Grace and peace, my people.
You have to.
Fuck y'all talking like that. Somebody slap me, please. Come on.
You got the whenever you get to whenever you get to the altar when you're preaching somewhere, not to the altar but to the pulpit, when you about to preach somewhere, you got to come in and you got to make sure the chairs, the throne is positioned just right. Can y'all see that? There it is. Yeah, and then you come in and you got to bend down and you got to
hallelujah.
The people know you're praying, and then when you get back up and you stand, you got to wave to the people.
So you don't like this?
Give them a wave offering.
Right, you got to do it. You pray because usually the choir is singing when they bring you out, so you got to.
And then you got to sit down.
Christ is the answer.
Yeah.
He's the answer.
Oh Lord.
Wave to random people. Good to see you.
Higher low.
Turn around to the choir. You got to look at the choir.
Like how they do it like that?
Y'all singing tonight.
Right.
Answer for you. Oh yeah.
Wow. You went with that song for quite a long time. I'm laughing.
It's a classic. If you can wake up on Sunday mornings hearing that, then are you really saved? Did you really go to church?
Was that? You see that? Pastor
Hinton.
Yeah, that's hitting in them.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah. See, everybody felt that.
That's the name.
R.D. Hinton.
R.D.
Hinton.
It's the apostle.
We'll probably so we should probably bring him up.
Let's do this, y'all. Let's definitely do this, y'all. So Rich Holmes, welcome to the show. I know you get on around about this time. I'm going to let you introduce this person. Will C is on the show today. I'm going to let you make the introduction of Will C. Okay. I'm going to let you make the intro because, I can say a ton of stuff. I've been talking about Will the whole day, but I'm going to let you make the introduction because,
So coming to the stage on today, we have my guy, West Side Willie Chatman. He's my roommate. I call him my roommate till this day. But he's doing great works on the west side of Chicago for the youth. You're going to learn a whole lot about him. Over 20 plus years, you're going to hear some good conversation. Hopefully he keeps it light. But come on, welcome to the stage, Will Chatman.
Willie C. Will C.
He got
Yes.
How y'all like that picture, man?
I see you, Doc. I said, hold on, let me put you on the full screen. Hold on.
How y'all like that picture, man? How y'all like that picture,
my God. I remember that too. We were in Detroit, I think that was, right?
Yeah.
That was the first time we went to a Nazarene church. Rhonda, you was there for that day.
I definitely was there.
Yeah. We went to that Nazarene church, and it was a black Nazarene church. Like, they was black, and that was the most at home I ever felt in gospel choir ever. What a good day.
They had a condo over there.
They had a sign though. Remember the worship leader over there? He was like, "Put me in D flat, dog flat, D flat, dog flat." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, let the day say yeah,
That's funny.
yeah." me and KJ still laugh about that to this day.
Dog flat is crazy.
Hold on, let me see that picture one more time. There you go.
Oh man,
That's crazy word. Look how young we look, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I didn't realize
crazy.
that was me. I thought that was just you, bro.
no, bro, that's you on the side, right behind Will's hair, right there. That's you.
I
Yeah.
was so tall, I was towering, boy. I was bred of life for real.
Man, and of course I'm over there like always, me
Right.
always on 10. Will C, what's up, brother?
Man, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Let's get it.
Dude,
Let's go.
absolutely, man.
All these celebrities.
Yeah.
All these celebrities, man. All of
I
these
feel
folks.
privileged to be amongst these celebrities.
Oh my God, Will C, dude.
Yo.
So of course we've been telling the people that you like. First off, you always locked in with us. Let's start there. You always locked in with us, like every morning. Every morning, like in the comments and stuff. When I say y'all better have some friends who support what you do, man. If you just got 2 or 3 friends, like I had Richard and Eric that got on and said, "Yeah, I'll get up with you every morning and do this." That's friends who support. And then when I look in the comments and I see Will C in there, that's friends who support. And then when I put the call out to Rhonda, look at that. She actually got on with me. Like, she ain't got to do this every other day. Like, she ain't got to do this.
Yeah.
That's friends who support. And so I want to thank you for that, Will C, man. Because you've been supporting for a long time. Such as this background picture that you have. This is how long Will been supporting us, y'all. So here's the deal. This was a gospel choir
I
tour.
was definitely supporting because I was not in the gospel choir at all.
You was not in the gospel choir at all. I don't even know how we kept getting you on the bus. I think it was just assumed Will was going with us. Like, so Dean, Woody Webb never said nothing about it. He was just like, it was just assumed Will was gonna be with us.
Eric, he was like our road manager. You know,
Right.
Yeah, he was like,
you know what? It's funny you said it because Rhonda, I heard you singing. I didn't know you could sing too.
Yeah, Rhonda got a voice. Yeah, Rhonda
I
was
was in the gospel choir
We got
at
work.
Zeke Olivet Nazarene University
I
under
got-
the direction of Zeke Locke. Okay, in the early 2000s.
Come on. Time for the 99 and 2000.
Like 99 and 2000. Listen, and we was dope. We was dope. Yeah, we was dope back then. We had a sound, man. We had a sound. We was mixing the black voices and the white voices, and we was not holding back. The Sopranos. I don't want to hear that CCM soprano nonsense. I want to hear.
Listen,
you gonna learn how to scream.
Imagine Zeke doing like "Ride on King Jesus" with all just white people. It was we had a couple of us that was sprinkled in there. But he was giving them the business like straight Ricky. Hold this note, okay? It was hilarious time.
Listen, it was such a good time though, man. So we'll see. Of course, you be locked in with us. You go far back, supporting us, even going on the road with us when you weren't supposed to be on the road with us because you was our boy, and of course we was. But you loved us that much that you was like, "Nah, I'm giving my weekend up. I'm going with y'all to Michigan. I'm doing the man." So you just always been that dude, and you've been that way as a friend over all the years. And so I just, because we going plus 20 years now, friendship, like actual friendship. Like I actually go to this man's house, so he come. Like we've actually been at each other's houses. Like that's real friends. Let's stop. But you also do that now with the group, the Y Men. Like you got that kind of respect with the young peoples, with the youths down in the look at Eric. You got that respect with the youths because they look up to you as somebody, as an advocate and a friend and a big homie. You know what I mean? Like, so give us a little bit about that. Like, tell us a little bit about what you do over there and all that kind of stuff like that. I'm gonna give you the floor. Yes, sir.
No, I love that, bro. Appreciate you, man. But YMN is an after-school program. We do tutoring and mentoring for youth in 6th through 12th grade to get them both ready for high school and college. And basically what I do every day is I get the privilege, right? Because it's not a job for me, it's a privilege. I get the privilege to walk life on life with young people, man. So going to their sports events, helping them with their homework, helping them do high school applications, helping them do college applications, helping them do resumes. So anything that I can do to see young people win, I'm on board with it, man. So like the fact that I get the privilege to do this is amazing. It's awesome. And like, I love what I do, man. Like it's humbling because, somebody did it for me and now I get to do it for the next generation. So like, it's just so humbling for me to be able to be in this work and God allowing me to do it. So it's super amazing.
No, absolutely. Like, I love what you said right there. You said you doing life with the students, like with the kids, like you doing life with them, and somebody did it for you. I mean, like, so I know a little bit about your story with that, but tell the people just a little snapshot of that, because you said somebody did that for you, and then you turned around and did it for somebody else because it had impact on you. Tell them a little bit about what that is. What that was, what that looked like.
No, so my testimony is long, so I'm definitely gonna give the condensed version. but when I was a kid, I grew up in an abusive home. My mom was abusive to me and my younger brothers, and so around the age of 9, I started running away from home. And after school one day, I was on the basketball court outside of my school, and this white dude pulled up on his name Mike. He had just moved into the community and was like, "I'm starting a baseball team. Y'all want to come play?" And so I was like, I guess, I hoop, but I'll come play some baseball. It's something to do. And so me and my homie started playing baseball for him. And so one day after a game, we went over to his house. We was chopping it up. He shared the gospel with us. And I became a Christian at 9 years old. But then, I'm still dealing with what I'm dealing with at home, right? All this abuse. And so one night I'm outside 11 to 12 o'clock at night. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go home because I'm tired of all the abuse. And so he sees me and pulls up, right? And was like, why are you out here so late? And I'm like, man, I just broke down and told him everything that was going on at home. He took me to his house. He picked up his wife. His wife got in the car, drove to my crib, and him and his wife went upstairs and talked to my mom for about an hour. I'm just sitting in the car, hour. I don't know what's going on. And so he come back down after about an hour with a bag and was like, you going to come stay with me. And so, now I'm getting, what I really need at home, the love, the support. And I want to say now 3 years later, he starts this program up for me and my friends called YMAN, the after school program. So it was actually started for me and a few of my friends. And so,
first off, I did not know that. I did not know that little detail in there. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
That's how it started. Yeah, in '96.
Holy.
Now I'm like, I'm in like 7th grade, and the program started for me and my friends. And so, I go off to college. I know we're gonna come back to the college story a little later. I go off to college, get my bachelor's degree in elementary education. I come back to the hood to teach. And around 2015, I was conflicted, man. Like, I was like, I like teaching, but it's so much about test scores. And I'm like, all these kids, a lot of them are dealing with trauma at home and all these other things. And some of them are just not good test takers. So what do we do with these kids who are not good test takers? They're learning. And I know they're learning because I'm teaching them and I see them grasping the concepts, but they just don't do good at tests. And so I'm really conflicted at this time. And then Mike hits me up and was like, we need a program manager to come on at YMAN. Are you interested in, applying? And so I was like, Mike, I don't know if I want to do that because if it don't work out, I don't want it to hurt our relationship. And so he was like, you know what, just pray on it. You know what I'm saying? And so I prayed on it for about 3 or 4 months. And this is how dope God is, man. Like, you can't tell me there's no God. While I'm praying, like, all these people at the school I was working at just started quitting. Teacher, the assistant principal quit. Like, all the people are just quitting. I'm just like, God, you gotta be telling me something. Like, this is too clear for me. And so around, I want to say October of 2015, I decided to make the jump over to YMAN and become the program manager. And like I said, I definitely think that God has been blessing me in that, man. Like, YMAN has helped me, buy my home here in the North Lawndale community. They've helped me, with a lot of things that I don't know if I would have done. Like, I don't know if I would have bought a house, I'm so used to the renter's mindset, that I don't know, but YMAN gave me the down payment to buy my own crib, So like, it helps change the mindset of a dude from the hood of even with being a renter to now being an owner, right? And why that's so important because when you become an owner, now you have some equity. And this house I can sell one day and make money that me and my wife can go move down to Florida and buy, a better house. And so it gives you equity. So it's just, it made me think even a little bit more deeper about, how like, man, it's whack to just be a renter your whole life and let me start thinking about ownership. So that's one of the concepts that I really got from being a kid in Y, man. I'm now teaching the next generation, man. Like, you don't want to be a renter your whole life. You want to own something.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Yeah.
it's things like that I got from Y, man.
Even talking about owning the neighborhood, you know, when you even talking about having ownership in the neighborhood, because you came back to your hood and you wanted to work and give back in your hood, and instead of letting somebody else own up all the land and own up all the stuff, how about we own it now? Like, we can make real change because we own it. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna talk. Rhonda, it sounded like you was about to say something real quick, and I started taking up your space. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rhonda.
No, you're not taking up. This is your show. You can never take up my space on your show. I just think that is such a beautiful testimony, and from educator to educator, it's just nice to hear Black men talk about the importance of like home ownership and like the importance of what mentorship and all of those things look like, because our kids need that. They desperately need mentors, and they get a lot of Black women, right? Like, we carry the burden of trying to take our kids to the next level, but it's different when it's a Black man that's doing it. So I just want to say thank you for that.
No, I appreciate that, man.
I do have a question for you. What have you found to be the biggest or the most common, should I say, struggle when it comes to dealing with our children? What has been the main, like, not that they all share because they're raised from different backgrounds, but has there been a similarity in any areas that you've noticed when it comes to that?
No, I appreciate that, Eric, man. Thanks for the question. I think for me, from what I've seen, is the confliction of still wanting to be, you know what I'm saying, out of the streets versus in the streets. So when they come to Y, man, I think a lot of them, for the most part, they lock in, right? They want to have great mentors. They want to have people help them with their homework. They want people to walk life on life with them, but you know, they still battle with, you know, being on the street and what the street life is talking about. So it's sad because I know just a week and a half ago, I lost a young man to gun violence, only 14 years old, man. So he was, and he came to Y, man. He was a Y man kid, but you know, outside hanging with friends on a Saturday night about 2 weeks ago, and he lost his life. So a lot of these kids still, they battle with that, you know, I want to be street, but also I'm curious about what, you know, a real man or a real woman is all about. And so trying to save as many as I can is what I try to do every single morning that I wake up, man. What can I do to help these kids see that it's important to not be on these streets and to get into positive activities, positive things? Because like I said, this kid was 14 years old. He gone now, you know? And now, you know what I'm saying, the mom is trying to get justice for her son. And, you know, I feel like people know what's going on, but ain't nobody saying that because of the no snitching thing. Like, it's just so, this stuff is so deep, man. Like, the devil's out here trying to steal our young people, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's,
we see that at a nauseating rate in education, that we are like losing our children. So my question for you, Will, is like, with all of that, like, you're taking on quite a bit, right? You know, you're helping kids work through their trauma while trying to help them get a job, while trying to help them get into college and get money to pay for college. What do you do for self-care? Like, how do you take care of yourself with all of that you're like not dealing with, but like helping people work through?
So this is why I actually like our executive director, the guy I was telling you about, Mike. He allows Fridays to be a shutdown day for staff. So unless we want to be around youth, we do not have to be around youth on Fridays. So Fridays, I try to shut down as much as possible. Nice. I go get massages. I listen to music. I'm actually, for real, Rhonda, I'm on this Rhonda on the Run challenge. I did 3 miles last Friday. I'm going to try to do some more walking this Friday. So I try to find things that I enjoy doing that, you know what I'm saying, gets my mind off of working with young people that I just enjoy doing. Like, a lot of it's just listening to music or going to get massage and stuff like that, where I try to just not take any, like, and I hate to say this, but it's needed. Like, I have to shut down from young people and just say, look, I got to make sure I'm right, because if I'm not right, I can't help anybody. So,
right, exactly.
I have another question for you. I didn't mean to interrupt. Rhonda, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
So another question I have is, what do you? Okay. for some of these children may come from a single parent home. Not saying all, but some of the boys may just have mom handling things. What is some things or advice you can give that single mom who may be watching, who has young men that she's trying to raise without necessarily their dad's help, and that she see are good kids? Because most of them are good kids. It's just they're lacking certain things. Because when I used to work with troubled teens and youth and stuff as a counselor, a lot of these kids want to do right, but like you said, it's the pull of the street, or it's the pull of this, or it's the lack of having this, and really money. Sometimes it's my daddy went around, and even flipped around some cases the mom wasn't around. But in this case, what do you tell to, let's say, a mom who's dealing with this? Because I actually saw one that joined in that I could see who's kind of dealing with a son like that. What advice do you give her?
So I truly believe when you're raising kids, it takes a village, and there's only so much a woman can teach a man about how to be a man. You know, it's only so much, and I truly feel like she has to tap into her network. You know, if she has, maybe she goes to church and she has men in her church who could help her son on, you know, how to be a better man. Have those men talk to her son, or you know, maybe she has older brothers or she has cousins, but you have to tap into your network, because if you don't tap into your network, you know, you're going to be stuck, because as a woman, like I said earlier, it's only so much you can teach a man about being a man. So I feel like we all have a network, you know what I'm saying? It may not be as big as the next person, but you know what I'm saying, use your network and connect that young man to other men that you trust that's going to teach them the right way. You know what I'm saying? It may not be a wide man program in your neighborhood, but like I said, you got cousins, you got, you know what I'm saying, an uncle, you got somebody that's the man that you trust to talk life into that young man. Use that person.
Yeah.
Takes a village.
Yeah, and we also, as speaking as the lady in the group, we have to let go that spirit of offense. That like, I think I know everything. We don't. We want to. You know, women are very solutions oriented, so we want to have the solution for everything, but in some situations we do not. So if we really want the help for our kids that our children need, then we have to let go that spirit of offense. Can't nobody say nothing to my baby. You know, if I'm correcting them on something, if someone's correcting your child, then it's a reflection of you. No, kids are out here making choices every single day. Okay? And a lot of these choices they're making on their own, and it doesn't have anything to do with you. We was all raised in church, but when we got down to that Olivet, we was doing things we ain't had no business doing. You see what I'm saying? We were making choices. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah,
we were making choices. So we have to let go that spirit of offense and be open and receptive to the help that people are trying to give. Boys are boys. A man got to talk to a boy a certain type of way. I ain't saying he got to cuss him out, but a man got to speak to another young man a certain kind of way. So mama, you got to let go that spirit of offense and stay over here and mind your business so that your son, your child can get the help that they need.
I do have one more question. I'm sorry, because I get where you're coming from, because I do a lot of work with youth and youth ministry and things like that. So tell me this, in your opinion, how has the church not been as effective with our young men, and what do you think the church can do to be more effective?
So I personally feel like, you know what I'm saying, we have to go out and get the young men where they're at. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young men are not going to be drawn to church for whatever reason. Maybe they had a bad experience in the church. You know what I'm saying? Maybe their parents had a bad experience in the church. But if they're on the street, the church is just the people in the church. It's not the building. You know what I'm saying? The building, we can do that anywhere. But the people in the church have to go out into the neighborhoods and be willing to chop it up with these young men on the street. And I think a lot of them are scared to do that. But, you know what I'm saying, if you don't go out there and chop it up and talk to them, then who's going to do it? You know what I'm saying? The Bible tells us to, you know what I'm saying, go into the world and make disciples, right? And that means on the corner, on Madison and Pulaski, where they at, and go talk to them. You know, we can't be afraid. We have to know that God's going to have our back. If we're doing his work, we can't do that in fear. So the church has to be willing to go out into the communities and talk to these young men and let them know, like, man, look, whatever you need, if it's positive, we're willing to help you with that. But I think the church doesn't want to do that. They want us to bring them into the building. And some people are just not going to go into a church building. They're not going to do it. So we got to be willing to go out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Listen, man. I'm gonna kind of break it up a little bit. One thing I want to say about YMN, I want to say thank y'all because Will actually gave me a job.
Yeah.
So I got a chance to work with them. It was awesome. In my opinion, he probably thought I wasn't the best worker, but hey, I did the best I could. I was really trying to learn, man, to see his passion for kids. I found out quickly I didn't have the same passion, but I wanted to be and learn from it because I knew it's something that I wanted. It's something that I desired. And so the best way, that's why I enjoyed even working with him and having that opportunity, because I got a chance to see what real passion in ministry is.
Yeah.
That's real. At 6 o'clock in the morning, a kid calling you to ask you to drive 3.5 hours to pick them up from school because somebody else couldn't show up in their family. And you're the only person that they have to call on. And he's getting up, going to, I didn't have that same passion. You know what I mean? And I would just want to say, man, that was great. With that also, just saying that, the next thing I want to talk about, you guys have a great entrepreneurship program. It's something you guys allowed me to be a part of, and it was amazing. I want to talk a little bit about that because you talked about the renter mentality versus the ownership mentality. How did you guys come up with that business entrepreneurship program, and how's it going right now? What's going on with it now?
That's good. So we actually do a business class for our 8th graders at one of the schools that we partner with, and it's called Big Biz. And what we basically do is we show them how to start their own business. I actually teach that class for the 8th graders. And I think it's dope because it gets kids they're able to see that, man, first, even though they're young, they can start a business. They know they can learn the concepts of how to start a business and then go out there and run and operate their own business. And like I said, a lot of these kids just don't know because ain't nobody teaching them. So if you ain't being taught, you don't know. So I'm teaching them, just skills about, basic entrepreneurship, how to, buy something low and sell it high. So I know I did a competition with them where I told them, so I'm gonna give y'all a box of cookies and go out. I'm not gonna give you an amount to how much you sell them for. Go out and sell them and see how much you can make selling this box of cookies. And use the skills that I'm giving you to sell this box of cookies. And kids was coming back the next day like, man, well, I need another box of cookies. So I'm teaching them these concepts of how to go out and barter or trade or whatever you do to make a sale, and they're going out and doing that. So I love the fact that I'm able to teach a skill, and then they go out and do it, and then they come back and tell me, man, this was what I did, and this is how I did it. Like that for me, that's amazing. And I love doing that. I love them understanding concepts. So it was great.
Yeah,
I love that. Are you guys taking any 37-year-old women in the entrepreneurship program? Because I got no business sense at all, like none. Like child. We'll talk about that on another episode.
Yeah,
that's not available. Please let me know because I need some basic skills, child.
We got to get her straight.
We're gonna get you straight, right?
Your Calendly.
Yeah, come on, Calendly. Yes.
I gotta sign up for it, man.
So Will, I'm sorry. I was gonna say, Will. So you brought this up that you went through all of this. You went through all of the stuff you went through. Came through a program, did all of that, and then you ended up like you from the west side of Chicago, and the west side of Chicago. For those who don't know, if you ain't been heard, if you ain't never heard, it ain't it's not Mayberry, like right, like so you like it's not. It ain't Mayberry. It ain't
I mean, like that, Will. So
yeah, right.
Well, no.
That's my buddy. So I'm gonna let him have it.
I got two.
Well, get where I'm coming from, because but it'll make sense when I finish this question. Watch, it'll make sense when I finish this question, because where we come from, like, because I come from Hopkins Park, it ain't Mayberry, it ain't, you know what I'm saying, like, but then you leave from that and you go to Bourbonnais, Illinois, to a little place called Olivet Nazarene University.
You're gonna have to make them sponsor us as much as we talk about them.
We talk about them quite often. Listen,
run that check, Olivet.
So you leave from, when I said a Mayberry, it's all us. Like you go out the side, you see us. You see, like, where I come from, like, in Hopkins Park, it was 98, 99% black. you know, when I was coming up. And then even in Kankakee, right? I'm on the north side of Kankakee. I go outside, it's black folks. I go to school, it's black folks. I get to Olivet, and it's we trying to find each other. We like, which is why I think we all bonded, even all still to this day, because we was like all we had. So I mean, for you, what was that like coming, like the culture shock, just the pure culture shock of coming off the west side of Chicago, going down here to Bourbonnais, to Olivet, in this evangelical Christian school where you done already seen life, like all the stuff you said, you just told us, all the stuff you went through and everything, you done seen life, and you come to a place that, like, you know, for like, we used to call it the bubble, right? You come into the bubble where everything is peaches and sunshine, and Jesus works everything out, and it's just like, you know, like, yeah, bro, I done seen life. Like what was that like, and how, you know, and maybe I'll just add this part B to it. You know, what were the friendships like that helped you get through that? I mean, what got you through that period? Because a lot of folks didn't make it through that. A lot of folks got culture shocked. Yeah, see, Rhonda raising the hand right there. Like, a lot of folks got culture shock, and within a semester or two, they was out of there. Like, and you went all the way through it. Like, I mean, like, just how did you do that? Like, you know what I mean?
So I'm gonna pick up this story at my senior year of high school, right? So I was a dude where, like, if I got C's, I was good with. Like, I didn't take education seriously.
Sure.
But I had an internship, right? And my internship was back at my elementary school. And I got to see, like, teachers' passion for education. And so, like, it made me like, I'm gonna pursue education, because it wasn't a lot of black men teachers. So I'm like, I'm gonna come back to the, like, it's on my mind, like, starting 17 years old. I want to go back to the hood, and I want to help young people in the classroom. So I went off to Olivet because when I was at Wyman, I only saw 3 or 4 colleges, and they were all similar. Like, it was Wheaton, Taylor, Olivet. So these schools that Mike took us to was all very similar. And so I'm like, all right, out of the 3 that I got to visit, I like Olivet the best. And so I applied to Olivet, and I got in, and I got their freshman leadership scholarship. I don't know if they still do that, but I got their freshman leadership scholarship. I think I got like $5,000 or $6,000 onto my tuition. So I'm like, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to Olivet. Yeah. And so I remember I got some money. So I'm like, I'm going to Olivet, because Wheaton and Taylor didn't give me none. Like, I ain't going there. That's whack. So now fast forward, you know, we have freshman orientation, and I'm with Mike and Karen. We walking along the campus, and they was like, you know what I'm saying, who's gonna be your roommate? And I was like, man, I told them just like this, I want to find somebody black. I want to find somebody black. True story. I want to find somebody black. And so I'm gonna say maybe 10 minutes later, I saw Rich and his mom and dad, and I told Mike and Karen, I'm gonna go talk to him. I'm gonna go talk to him. And this is exactly what I said to Rich.
Great West Side fashion. Listen to this, guys.
I was like, hey, Rich, I'm black, you black, let's be roommates.
No, he's just like, oh, okay.
And Rich was like, all right. Like, yeah,
cool, let's go.
You seem pretty cool to me.
That's what we met, bro.
Wow.
And so that's how me and Rich met, man, at freshman orientation. Being black males, I like, I gotta find out about this dude. And it probably was one of the best decisions of my life. And like, this is like 20 plus years of friendship, man. So like, that's one of the reasons why I'm happy I went to Olivet, was to meet dope people like, you know what I'm saying, Rhonda, Rich, and Zeke. Yeah. Outside of that, man, like, I feel like I struggled a lot at Olivet. I struggled because even I couldn't really relate to even the conversations that were had in classes. You know, for example, you know, they'll be like, talk about a trauma ring, a time when you had trauma, and I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? They'll be like, you know, my dad lost his job. He was out of work for 2 months. Like, that's your trauma, right? I like, you know who your daddy is.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what I'm saying, for them, I know what I'm saying, now that I'm old, I know, like, that's trauma for them.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I can't really knock that, but I'm just like, man, that they trauma is not what I had to deal with. So it was hard to me to relate to a lot of people that I was at. And so the people that I was able to connect with, I connected with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to force myself to find people that I knew was going, you know what I'm saying, be similar to me, but I knew they was on the right path. Because a lot of people, they go to Olivet, you know what I'm saying, and they don't make it, so it's hard to connect with them. They don't stay longer than a semester.
Yeah.
But the people I saw that was there for the long haul, I wanted to connect myself with those people and make sure that I finished, because I'm the first person for my family to finish with a college degree. So like I had nobody else back at the crib to, you know what I'm saying, go to and talk to and say like, man, I'm struggling at the school. What did you do to finish? I didn't have nobody like that. So I had to rely on my fellow classmates to make it. And thank God I did make it. But like I said, I pushed myself. I pushed myself to make it because I didn't have that back home to reach out to anybody to say, man, look, how do I make it here? So I had to kind of figure that out on my own.
Yeah, man. Rich, you was about to say something. Will, you about to make me shout up here. Will, you
literally, I got chills. I'm like,
my God, right. I'm like,
right now.
Yeah, like, holy.
I got one, Rich, before you go, I got one more thing. So I just I found this out maybe like a month or two after I graduated from Olivet, that I'm the first African American male from Olivet to get a bachelor's degree in elementary education.
Period.
More after me, but I'm the first one.
Whoa! I didn't know that. Yo, I never knew that.
Huh?
You said you found that out a few months ago, or a few months after graduation?
It was a few months after I graduated.
Wow!
Amazing.
I never knew that.
I knew you were famous. I knew you were a historian.
What? Put your name on the wall.
Right. You need to be a picture in the brochure. Like.
You need a brick and put your name on it.
Put your name on it. God's got a brick. Put your name on it.
Hey, I don't know if Olivet want to do all that with me, man. I'm too real for them, man.
Hey, you remember when we had that class and I did that Kanye West poem?
Freshman English.
Is my wife watching? I told her this story. I wasn't in it. I just remember you telling it. But yeah. Well, tell him what you did. Tell him what you did now.
Bro, because he told me he was going to do it, and I didn't believe him. Because, in the class, he said I was going to pick people at random. You got to give us your favorite poem. So he was picking people at random. He got the Rich while he stood up. And started doing Kanye West All Falls Down first verse.
I was like, man, I promise. She's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she's doing in college. I did the whole thing, bro. That was like...
People are looking at me. I'm rolling. I'm cracking up.
They have no clue.
Like, what's so? Because the people ain't know what's so funny.
They didn't know the song, bro,
at all. I was crying.
But I wanted to see it culturally. Where were we at?
Yeah.
I want to put, okay, here go a poem. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. This is the song. How the song's out. Yep. They didn't know it.
Yeah.
It was just like,
yeah.
That is so funny.
That's funny.
Well, remember that time we talked about this the other day? Remember that time when maybe me and Rich, me and Will talked about it too though. Remember that time though during the sermon, during one of the chapel sermons. When was the last time you talked to? When was the last time you talked to your brothers and sisters at the bar?
And it's a catch-22, right? It's like, come on, man. But it's like we do sit at the bar though.
We know who you're talking about. Like everybody knows who you're talking about. The black kids. We know who you, because that was our seat, y'all. That was everybody know who you talking about, man. Like, and then people. That's the crazy part was like for like a week after that, people was like, "Hey guys, how you guys doing?" Like, yo, get away from here. Let me eat.
They're trying to obey the man of God.
They was trying to reach out. I was so tired of that racial reconciliation stuff, man, at school.
That's so funny, man. So funny.
That is funny.
But you said you found your tribe at Olivet, which was cool, because essentially that's what happened, like even with gospel choir, because I came in sophomore year. And so when I got there, it was, let's say, if there was 12 people in the choir, there was 62 people at rehearsal in Kelly Prayer Chapel. And all of it was just black kids just happy to have 2 hours out of their week where they just was around other black folks. And we heard black songs because we were singing gospel songs. We were singing
jokes that we understood. Talk about Martin a little bit.
Yeah. You can have Martin references, like folks like, who's Martin and Gina? Like what? Wow. But I mean, meanwhile, I don't know who Pam and Ross are. So you know, like from
Listen,
Friends.
They
You
put
know,
me on to a couple things though. That Friends was all right. Friends was all right.
it was cool. I'm still trying to figure out how they was in New York and wasn't no black folks. I'm still trying to figure that part out.
Not one.
Couldn't do it.
Right.
Not a single one.
Did Rhonda walk off on me? Oh, okay.
No. I was closing my door because my dog was barking. I'm sorry.
Oh,
He said not one black person.
you was certified yapper. Your dog is a certified yapper.
Certified. Just like his mama.
Dang, Will, the people are loving this interview. They said this is a great interview. You really helping somebody on today, because you know, like I said, man, a lot of people they try to get out the hood. Real talk. I mean, we try to make our money so we can get out of the thing that's been traumatizing us our whole life. I mean, at the end of the day, I grew up on the north side of Kankakee, and then in Hopkins Park. Like when I said, first thing I said I was doing, I'm moving to the city. Like I'm getting out of here. Like, you know what I mean? So I didn't stay behind. Like I still rep my city. I still people ask where I'm from Kankakee and Hopkins Park. I'm not from Chicago originally. I'm not. You know what I mean? So I still rep it. But at the meantime, I didn't stay there. You know what I'm saying? And you did that though. Like some people, it's like they called almost to stay where they are and build up and grow where they are. Yeah. And that right there is just like, you know, an incredible thing, you know. So what keeps you going in that sense? Because I keep saying you West Side Willie, you need to run for alderman, but you won't listen to me. So I'm announcing your campaign right here.
I know we got to end the show soon. I know, you know, you got about 3-4 minutes left, but I kind of want to end my testimony story.
Sure,
so,
yeah.
You know, I finished college, and you know, I moved back to the hood, right? And so I think one thing that God challenged me with huge was, Will, you're back in the hood, you got a college degree. Now I need you to not only serve these young people, but I also need you to serve your mom. And so, you know, as a kid, I didn't have the best relationship with my mom. And so I told my mom probably when I was like maybe 24, 25, like, Mom, I remember everything. I remember all the abuse. I remember all that. And, you know, I forgive you for it. And, you know what I'm saying, I want to kind of repair our relationship. This is like 24, 25. And so, and what's crazy was she never admitted to any wrongdoing. Like she never said, you know, I'm sorry. So like that type of stuff, it's like you got to look past that and just look into what is God wanting you to do? What is he calling you to do? And he's calling you to serve, being obedient. And so I continue to serve my mom, taking her, you know, to the store, taking her to run all her errands, like every single month. And my mom actually just passed away in December. Yeah. And so I know I have brothers and sisters who, you know what I'm saying, I think they look back on it and they have some regret because they was not able to serve as much. Mm-hmm. And I kind of was like walking through the whole steps of her into her cancer, you know what I'm saying, helping her, you know, into chemo, and you know what I'm saying, like I got to see the decline, but like I told my mom, like I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to be here. Wow. And I'm going to help you through this whole thing. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying, I got to be there until, you know what I'm saying, God called her home. And so for me, you know, I just want to challenge people out there to, you know, continue, even if you don't get, you know what I'm saying, your apologies, anything like that, continue to serve people, man. And God's going to bless you for serving. I truly believe that. Like I'm blessed. If I look at, you know what I'm saying, like where my life would have been if I did not, you know what I'm saying, respond to God's call, and where I'm at now, God has blessed me abundantly. Wow. So do not.
We all said something, man, because Jesus and all that he did, what did Jesus do? He served. He watched his disciples.
Yep.
He was the savior of the world, but he still got on his knees and washed the feet of his disciples and served them. So servitude will get you so much more. Just like serving God. People that are watching, just like serving the Lord will get you so much more. It's just a surrender, and it's your heart. It's your heart's posture. That's it. Thank you.
I appreciate that, Eric, man. That means a lot, bro. I think for me, I look at, you know, so I'm 40 now, so I'm getting up there in age, and so I'm thinking about what my legacy is. How crazy! I knew y'all was gonna say that, bro. I knew y'all
Google it.
Good Google and Moogle. Oh my Ooga Booga, you old boy. Let's just stop.
Hey man, I've been around the sun a few times, man. Been around the sun a few times.
Talk about some But go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know why y'all laughing. Y'all just same age as me, man.
I'm older than y'all. It made me laugh.
Stop that, man.
When he said that, because that reminded me of that whole thing with Kevin Hart and No Dude when he said,
Oh, yeah.
That's what reminded me of.
Don Cena. He was like, he's like, I did not mean that like that.
It's like, I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Go ahead, Will. See.
Yeah, no. I think about, I'm now thinking about things like legacy, right? And what I want my legacy to be. And, I look at people who are great, who, who serve, and their message has always been consistent, which is to serve. Jesus, Martin Luther King, like all these people serve. And so I'm always now thinking, I want to serve here in North Lawndale as much as possible. I don't care about being in the limelight. I don't care about, that's what I'm telling Zeke, like, I don't care about, political offices or I don't care about none of that. How can I serve people on a daily basis? And if I'm doing that on a daily basis, then I feel like I'm doing what God has called me to do. I feel like he wants me to first do that with the young people and the youth, but then, also serve the people in my neighborhood. So I'm always thinking about servanthood and how can I best serve people.
Yeah. And that's why you should run for office.
I was just about to say. I was literally about to say. Yes, and God may call you to serve in a political capacity because of the state that politics is in right now. And someone who grew up in this, who has firsthand experience on what change needs to look like. I'm just saying, I'm not God. I don't know. But I'm just saying, don't what they say, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Yeah. You just never know. You just never know where God might take you. And so the goal is to be obedient and not try to design our own path. There's a whole lot of things that we say we don't want, right? I don't need to do all of that. And the whole time God is like, but that's where I'm taking you. So get ready.
Yeah.
I receive.
Father! I've been telling Will for at least 5 or 7 years, bro. You need to run for office, bro. You need to run for office, bro. You need to run for, because you one of these dudes that's out here for real. You know what I'm saying? Like you out here for real. Everybody ain't out there for real. Some people just we say we out there, but you out there, bro. I
appreciate that, man.
Like that, but it's that servant's heart. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what our politicians are supposed to do. And I ain't making this about making Will run. I'm just, but I mean, just if
I support.
Listen, I do the music to your campaigns. I will rally. I will listen. I will be out there. Like I don't even live in Lawndale. I'd be out there. Like vote Will for all of it.
Have a good time with it.
Listen, man, because it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like people like you is necessary in the community, necessary in the hood. Y'all, I know we a little bit over here. I know we are, and I know people got stuff to do. But we in here, so if anybody got to run, y'all go ahead and run. But can we go for maybe another 15? Is that cool if we go the quarter after? Rhonda, I know you might have but if you can stay long, you can too though. So
I'm gonna see. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. If you got to, I'll follow the chat. I'm like, take our Calendly. Because I didn't put this on your Calendly. I'm sorry.
You didn't put this time slot.
I did not put these 15 minutes on Calendly. But pencil me in if you can.
I love it.
Pencil me in. No, but when you got to run, it's all good. I'll track the chat. But we'll see, man. Like I said, man, you out here, you doing your thing, and I think this is good. This is healing for somebody because you even the relationship, the repair. Watching you go through that with your mom, you know what I'm saying? Like just watching that had me rethinking some stuff in my own life. You know what I mean? Like, some relationships in my own life that need to be repaired. Watching you go through that and then get into that thing. I mean, it's just really honestly, like you just your presence and your testimony and your story, is why I can always tell people you need to have people like this around you, people who are on the up and up. You heard him, like, you were talking about this, being in Olivet and being around people who you knew were going to finish. They were there for the long haul. They was there to finish college. They weren't there just cause. excuse me, they weren't there just because. They were there to finish, to get a degree.
Mhm.
And you wanted to be around other people who looked like you, sounded like you, talked like you, had experiences like you.
Mhm.
Even if they didn't have experiences like you, they know what that experience maybe
Mhm.
kind of looks like because they know other people. I mean, they from your community. And so you found that. And, it's like I said, so even just hearing your story over and over, over again
Mhm.
is making me go, wow, I'm glad I got people like that in my life, because then it makes me want to be and want to do better. Birds of a feather flock together. So that's the goal. Yeah. Rich, did you raise your hand? I'm sorry, you about to say something. Go ahead. My bad.
No, I wasn't about to say nothing, man. I was just sitting here scratching my eyebrow, man. That's all I was doing. You got one of them preacher eyes. My bad. You know how to be talking about. Is your hand raised? And I need another $1, another $5. Is your hand
like an auction? Like
close the doors. Close the doors.
My bad.
Close the doors.
Close the doors.
Will, what would you leave with somebody who because we do like Live Free Illinois. I talk a lot about the work that I do, with the Community Healing Resource Center Network and all of that, and you got more of a specific focus on like youth and getting them into adulthood productively. And we deal with like gun violence stuff, and all that kind of stuff like that. But all of it deals on some level with people in their trauma and in their, especially young people, as you dealing with in their trauma, and they're looking for somebody to get them through and get them to the next level. What is some advice, I guess, that you can give to that? I know we asked for advice about, I know Eric had asked about advice about like a young, how would a single mother say to a young man, but just in general, because you ain't just always working with just men, right? Because I've seen you with some young ladies who be there as well. So they all coming through. So, what is your advice in general to just working with youth who come from places, like you said to me before, a lot of young people who you work with ain't never even left the West Side. Like they ain't never even been off the West Side. Great big city like Chicago and never been off the West Side. And you try to get them to places. You just came from the college tour. Like, you like what is some advice you can give to somebody who may be thinking about getting into this work, and maybe some advice to somebody who's in this kind of work?
All right. So if you want to get into this work, man, like I said earlier, you have to be willing to be in it for the long haul, because you're walking life on life with young people, right? And so, you know what I'm saying? You can't say I'm gonna walk life on life with somebody, who's young, and then be out of their life next year. No, that don't work. And then that messes up a young people's head. It's like, man, I trust this person, but now they're no longer here to walk life on life with me. So you have to be willing to be in this for the long haul, and just also understand that, the more you walk life on life with young people, the more that door is opened up for those those difficult conversations. So if a kid is dealing with something at home, they're not going to want to talk with you necessarily right away, but as they see that you're consistent and you are going to be real open and honest with them, those difficult conversations will come up, but you have to be willing to just be patient. Be patient with the young person. Like, I'm gonna give y'all an example. Yesterday, I had a parent come up to me at the program, was like, I know my kid trusts you, and he's been struggling with coming home after hours, 2, 3 in the morning. Can you talk to him? Then the parent left. I pulled that kid right to the side because I knew I had that relationship. I've been walking on life with this kid for 2 or 3 years now, so I knew the door was already open for me to do that. Yeah. And so I had a talk with him. And, after I talked with him, he was able to realize, like, yeah, I can't do that. And how I broke it down simply was, dude, it's too many kids out here losing their lives simply because they outside too late at night. Yeah. So, what I'm saying? If you can't, let's say you can't get home, you don't have Uber money, your mama can't come pick you up. I told him, call me. I'll come get you at 2 in the morning. I'm coming. Yeah. So there should never be an excuse why you're outside that late unless you're just being disobedient. And we shouldn't be disobedient. So, but these kids have to understand, man, that you walking life on life with them, you're gonna literally do just that, walk life on life with them, and you cannot use anything as an excuse because they've had so many excuses in their life. You got to be consistent, and if you're able to do that, I'm telling you, you're gonna make an impact in so many young people. Simple,
man. Wow, that's a whole nother level. Like a teacher, I have a student for a year. and it may be a really good teacher. You know, a coach may have a student through, you know, through a couple of years or through their high school career or something like that. But then they, you know, that student has to move on, but they still maintain those relationships to some degree if it was a really good teacher or a really good coach. But they're not necessarily able to walk that life on life path with them, because there's another group of students that's coming in, and it's another. But I mean, you're talking about literally taking kids from the moment they get in the program to beyond college. You know what I mean?
It takes a special heart to do that, because I get it what Will is doing, because I used to do it. Man, I mean, there's some young people that I had when they were like 8, 9 years old. And 10 years old. Now they're almost in their 30s, like Lehman, for example. The kid I had that young. And that heart, as Will would tell you, if some of you watching don't understand that servant's heart and that heart to be there for them, like I said before on here, I worked with the juvenile center system with young people. It was like 300, 400 kids. I found myself, because my heart was so tied to them and wanting to see better, Will, I was literally writing 400 letters a week to each kid individually and praying that God gave me something specific for each kid. 400 something kids, male and female. I'm writing them a letter every single week, to the point I had one of the ladies in my church who was running that thing said, you taking it. It's here with you, and it's gonna wear you down, because I wasn't sleeping but it's, people understand it's a certain calling. It's a certain drive. You know, and matter of fact, I just invited Will something that I think it'd be good for him to bring some of the young fellas too. But man, we congratulate you, bro. We celebrate you for that, because there's not enough of us as I'm a dad, and like Rich is a father. It's not enough of us. It's not enough of our community that's putting the circling the wagons around our own communities anymore. That's how people come in and pull out of it. You know, and we need more black men. And no offense to the black women, the sisters that are watching, but black men, you need to step up.
We need black men stepping up.
Step up, and you need to mentor that you see that other friend of the family, the dad's not involved with her sons. Get involved with them boys. Talk to them, spend some time with them. It takes a village, and that's what makes, that's what hurts our community. Like we said yesterday, Zeke, got all other communities, they bind together. Our thing is, men see a woman with children, and not even on a date thing, see one, oh man, she got too many kids, that's too much baggage, I ain't doing that. No, why are we looking at it that way? Look at it as a community, man. And I think we need to get back to that. So we'll, again, we celebrate you, bro, for what you're doing.
Absolutely.
What you're doing. That's huge, man. Thank you. If nobody tells you, thank you.
I appreciate it, bro.
Man, this has been incredible convo, man. This has been, this is good. We're going to have you back on again, too. Like, I say that to every guest. At some point, we're going to have you back on.
We got to
But it's reality. The guests we bring on are good enough that we want to have them back on. Like because the conversation can obviously go and go and go and go. And so that, that's why Rhonda comes on twice a week. That's why it was like, no, Rhonda, we need that energy over here. We need that. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, right? For real. But let's do this, y'all. Let's do our round table real quick. We always like to do a little bit of a round table. We'll see. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it like this. Rhonda, I'm gonna start with you because you might have to run, and I want you to have.
I knew you were gonna pick me first.
Well, I know you might have to run like at the absolute last minute, right in the middle of it. So I figure I will let you do your round table first, just in case.
Okay.
Plus, ladies first. My mama raised me halfway right. So
thank God for Dr. Dyson. We love her.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zeke Live and the Morning Show. It is a pleasure to do this with you guys twice a week. I really do enjoy it. It's a good time to just talk, have good conversation, and engage with God's people. Okay. Rhonda on the Run Challenge is still going on from now until April the 30th. So do something healthy for yourself today, tomorrow, and every day. Past April 30th, but at least until April 30th. Follow me on all your social media platforms at Rhonda on the Rocks. Don't forget the H in Rocks. I love y'all. Have an amazing weekend. God bless you all, and see you next week.
Hey, that was Rhonda on the Rocks, and don't forget that Rhonda on the Run challenge, y'all, and also her merch thing. I just copied and pasted it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna copy and paste it with the thing. But there it is. At least you can type that in right there, and we'll make some kind of a link and put a link that y'all can click on, because I need me one of them thermal cups. I need that thermal mug in my life. Hey, hold on, show the people that. Hey, come on, merch. Let's see here. We'll see as our special guest. Go ahead and give the people some final thoughts real quick and tell them the way they can find you and all those good things like that. The things of that sort.
Okay. I'll say, man, thank y'all so much for having me on the show, man. Like, this is an honor. Like, I love my boys, Rich and Zeke, man. Eric, Rhonda. Love all of y'all, man. And yeah, I'm on the West Side. Young Men's Educational Network, www.ymanchicago.com. If you got kids on the West Side, 6th through 12th grade, we always taking new kids. Our program is 100% free. We don't charge anything to be a part of our program. And, you can sign them up and we can get them some quality mentoring. We got our summer jobs coming up from grades. Check this out. Grades 5 through 12, we can get them a summer job. Grades 5 through 12, we can get them a summer job. So make sure you just sign your kids up through YMan, and we can get them a summer job too, especially if you're on the West Side. So once again, thank y'all so much for having me on the show. I will be back.
Hey, my boy, we'll see. And hey, I'm gonna text you and remind you that breakfast tomorrow. Come on through. You just brought up that summer.
I already got 7 kids for you for tomorrow.
Perfect. I told Miss Maisel we was coming, so she gonna be looking for me. So but yeah. I'm gonna see if you can bring up, if you want to, that summer job situation, because I know that's over in Lawndale area, but West Side, Garfield Park, West Side. So yeah, definitely. Let's see here. Eric Rideout, who started the show off with me. Tell the people something real good.
Well, what's going on, everybody? As normal, thank you guys for tuning in. Share this, put the hearts on it, your support. As you're seeing, we're bringing together Black, and not knocking any other race, but strong Black women and men. We're bringing to you all things in your community that you need. This is a place where you can find resources, you can find hope, you can find encouragement, you can get a good laugh. This is why we do this morning show. It's for you. And I want to remind you that the Lord loves you. Jesus died for you and gave all for you. Give all to him. I hand it over to the pastor, Rich Holmes.
Pastor Rich Holmes. Let's see here. Rich Holmes, give the people a word, and you got to do the benedictory prayer. I made that word up, y'all. The benedictory prayer.
Hey, listen, I hope something was said to you today to encourage you, to keep you going, to keep you pushing. I hope you were able to pursue passion. Our guest that we'll see having a servant attitude and a servant's heart. Oh man, it was amazing. Like I always say, life is choice driven. You will live and die by the choices that you choose to make. All right. I got a hint for you. Choose life. I'm going to pray. God, thank you for this time of coming together. Thank you for this moment with these, your people, Lord God. We speak blessings to them, Lord God. We thank you for you identifying their passions, Lord God, and giving them strength to even pursue it when it does not look like it's going their way, Lord God. Give them the strength and the courage to continue to press forward as they press towards the mark, and continue to raise up people in the lives like mentors, like we'll see, Lord God, to help our next generation to push them into the passion and push them into purpose, Lord God. Let this be the best weekend we've ever experienced. And let's have a great time until we meet again. Talk to y'all Monday. Peace.
Hey, y'all, this has been a dope and phenomenal show. My boys was on here with me today, man. I'm just, and not just my boys, but Rhonda, my sis, she been on with us. And I thank you for staying all the way through, even though it was past your Calendly. I appreciate
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Hey, y'all, listen, this has been phenomenal. If you're in the Chicago area and you want to meet us at breakfast, me and Will C going on tomorrow. If y'all in the Chicago area and you feel like getting up early, I wish I had a flyer from Miss Maisel, but we'll be over at New Landmark Missionary Baptist Church. That's actually where the breakfast is at, and I can vouch for how good breakfast actually is. I don't know who in that kitchen, but She is doing. Actually, I do know who's in the kitchen, Brittany. And yeah, I actually do know who's in the kitchen, Brittany. Let me tell you, it's gonna be good breakfast. I'll tell you that much.
Where's New Landmark at?
New Landmark is in East Garfield Park in Chicago. It's right off of. I'd be lying if I said Madison, but I might be right.
The west side. Okay.
Yeah, west side. Yeah, it's all west. Yeah, we're going all the way out west. Yeah. But we're gonna be there tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna see if you can maybe mention the summer jobs thing as well, because I know they're always trying to figure out some ways to holler at the youth. So just remind me if I forget tomorrow. You know, I introduce you to Miss Maisel and all that. She's a sweetheart. You definitely want to know her. Yeah, y'all, another phenomenal show according to Mama JP Rideout. This is what we was waiting on right here. Y'all, she said we did a phenomenal show. We did it. Woo! Mama said it was a phenomenal. She put it in all caps. Phenomenal show. This podcast hosts, guests, and blesses us daily. Man, listen, y'all. Oh, my Lord. We doing something all right there. So I appreciate y'all.
Real quick, bro, if I can.
Yes.
Just to let y'all know, we still are doing extras today for our last filming scene.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to get part of this great movie that's going on the set live, it's in Indiana. If you want the address, just give me a message. Hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. I'll send you the address. It's Chicagoland area.
Yeah.
You'll love to enjoy it. It'll be right there. You have fun time. Good time.
Yeah, definitely. Y'all definitely want to lock in with them. And of course, we got to give a shout out and a thank you to LAH Entertainment and Arts, who sponsored all the costs for us this month. We absolutely. Yeah, sponsors, y'all listen. And we're going coming in May, we're gonna have the doors open for even more sponsors. Right now, we had to pump the brakes a little bit. We just had to pump the brakes, but we're coming back with that. So thank y'all so much for another phenomenal show. You guys are thebomb.com, and like I said, according to Mama, it was a good show, which means that we can go ahead and end this bad boy. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great day. Rich, thank you so much for that amazing prayer that you gave us on today. It was great, man. Listen, y'all have a blessed weekend. Y'all make sure y'all lock in with us next week. We got more incredible guests, more incredible stuff. So y'all lock in with us, and we will see y'all next week. Have a great weekend. Peace.